Welcome to Titan's Edge, everybody.
Dude!
Thank you for this. I gotta pin this. Hello.
It's been like a month
Welcome
since we played. How's everyone doing?
We're living.
Trying our best.
I'm dying.
Yep.
Not again. Mitch, stop that.
Technically, aren't we all dying at all times?
Yeah, but I'm just closer.
All right.
He's
Really
dying
hate
more
when people say that
effectively
shit.
than us.
Yeah, I'm
He's
winning
just
the
doing
dying
better
race.
at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Of
COVID.
course.
Oh, I thought it was blood loss.
That too.
Yeah.
As long as it's not COVID blood loss. Don't need it spreading around anywhere.
Imagine.
I don't know why I'm like really coffee all of a sudden, so I apologize.
How
You are
dare
not drinking a coffee past 6.
No.
No, he
Dude,
means
I
like
drink coffee
Well,
at like 9 o'clock the other
Okay,
night.
maybe he is.
No,
We were like,
Mitch,
no. He's saying he's coughing a lot. Oh,
Yeah,
no, he
he's
is drinking
coughing,
coffee.
but
Yeah, I was coughing.
I mean, I'm drinking. We're both drinking Diet Coke, so
This is my first,
still caffeine
second
out.
coffee in 2 weeks. Let me
no,
live.
I-
Mitch,
Okay.
I'm
I
just
had a
teasing.
coffee at 9 o'clock the other night. It's
Let
okay.
me live.
I'm just
My
teasing Mitch
brother.
because we had a conversation a while ago, and he's like, I don't know, like, he's like, I'm so tired, and I stay up till 2 o'clock, but like partially to play with my like overseas friends, but like I'm just so tired. I'm like, because you're drinking a
Overseas?
coffee at 6 o'clock, and it's giving you
No, no, no,
energy
no.
to last until 1 a.m.
No.
Impossible.
Coffee's never the problem, obviously.
Yeah.
It's never the
It's
problem.
the
It's me as a person.
solution.
And I've stuck to it pretty well.
Hi, Charlie.
And then I visited my dad, and he gave me like 5 coffees in one day, and here I am again.
Oh.
That's.
Sounds
I can
reasonable.
barely have one coffee in a day.
Sure.
My dad drinks
Anytime
about like 8
Anytime
cups
you go to
a day.
family, they always offer you too much coffee, don't they? You know?
Oh yeah.
I drink like half.
I think my favorite part when I was there was my mom offered me and my brother coffee, and we were like, "Oh, you have coffee?" And she was like, "Yeah, go downstairs to your dad." And I was like, "That's not offering coffee. That's going downstairs to go bother my dad to make coffee."
Make coffee and then have
Yeah.
coffee afterwards. It's a kind gesture. It's just not a kind gesture for everyone involved. Well, what's everyone else been up to in their past month?
I did a lot of traveling.
Yeah, Mitch traveled, got sick.
That's true.
Bro, I
So
work a 9 to 5. What do you want from me, Xylo?
Yeah, so I guess that's still going the same.
Do you
Oh,
do
man.
anything fun on your weekends? Start any new games, Michael?
No, I do schoolwork.
Oh,
Yikes.
Also, I work Saturdays.
Responsible.
Some weeks.
Oh,
Yeah. Gross.
Yeah.
Making that bank.
I also traveled. That was
Nice.
about it.
Any highlights of your travels?
I nearly killed her.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mitch almost
Which
killed
time?
me.
Oh.
I think in the first hour.
Yeah.
oh! Did you like
Like a
almost get in a
driving
car
sort of
wreck
thing,
or? Oh my god!
He decided I'm not
Mitch.
gonna check my blind spot very well, and like went.
And you'll never guess how many times I checked my blind spot after that. Every time.
And you know, you want to know something? I checked his blind spot every time after that too. I was like, I'm not dying in this car today.
Yeah.
Pretty reasonable.
But I thought it was so.
Tomorrow, however, tomorrow's not off the table.
It was funny because like he started to like go, and I was like, there's a guy. There's a guy, and then he was like, oh, okay, and he like swerved over. The guy,
No,
straight
did not
driving,
care.
did not care. He was like, go ahead.
He was
hit
ready
me.
to die.
And then later down the road, like an hour and a half later, we saw someone do the exact same thing.
And I was so
both of
happy.
us at the same time, we're like, oh! I thought it was really
That's
funny.
funny.
And that
I was like, I'm not
cop-
the only one. I'm not the only one.
the cop, when we were on the phone with Naya, it's like,
Oh,
you guys
yeah,
are-
that's right.
It's almost here.
Oh
We're
my
like,
God,
the
I forgot
cop!
I
We saw
forgot
the
about
same
that.
cop pull someone over. Like we saw a cop, and then like
Mhm.
later down the way, we were like, we saw him have someone pulled over, and we were like, is that the same cop?
Yeah, while we were on the phone with Naya, just screaming.
Yeah.
And then Naya, she's like, they're having a good time. I'm gonna hang up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll see you in
Sounds like
30.
Naya.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I kicked ass at Monopoly. What is it?
Animal Crossing
New Horizons Monopoly.
Oh yeah, Maddie was telling me about how excited she was to like try it out.
Yeah,
It
I
was fun.
kicked ass. What else?
And, and then I brought out a game I'm gonna bring to Maine because now it's been said that I have to bring it to Maine. Somebody has died.
Ooh, Looking forward to it.
Yeah, someone has died. It's an improv game. and it
That
was a
a
hit.
great game.
That'll work out for
Sounds
us for sure.
really fun.
Love
Yeah.
improv games.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's full on improv.
Nice.
I'm here for it.
Not too much other than just like starting a new D&D home game with Kano, Gabe, our friend Rachel, and our friend Dan.
Nice.
Otherwise, I haven't done much of anything else.
I know for myself and Kayla, we weirdly started playing Pokemon Go again.
I
It's
saw
been-
that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been so bad at saying
Addicting.
gifts.
And it's just, it does what the game kind of does. It's like, oh, it makes us go outside and go places and take more long walks with the dogs. Okay, sure.
I say I see like your Snapchats where you're just like on a little adventure and like the
Yeah.
goats and that.
Well, we have a free zoo near us, and they have so many Pokestops there.
They don't
Beep,
have
beep.
trains at it, but
Rain.
There was a train and then my light flickered and I was like, what is happening?
Yeah. So we've
you
been
were about
going to
that
that zoo to
three-dimensional.
walk around and see the animals and get our Pokestops. And our strategy is we go to when the zoo is about to close, and we defeat all the gyms and then put our Pokemon in them. And then by the time our Pokemon get defeated the next day, we get our 50 Pokecoins. So
lets them stay in there the
Smart.
perfect amount of time.
yep. That
Or
being
too
said, the
long,
weather
but-
is getting worse, so I don't think these adventures will happen as often.
Yeah.
But
That's
They
when
have been fun for
that's
the
when
meantime.
Alexander drives around and Kay, you just hold both phones and you just like get Pokemon
done
as
that.
you're driving.
My
It has
have
been
done
has
that.
happened.
all the time for community
when we
day,
were going to
that's what we
see
do.
the FNAF movie, that literally the whole way, because it was like a 40-minute drive away, I did that for both of us the whole time, and it was
Yeah,
a
there
good
was, like,
time.
3 people in the
still
car
need to
playing
watch that.
Pokemon Go, and I was like, but I gotta drive. She was like, I'll play for you. Okay, sure.
Just got both.
I think I
phones
had a
going.
headache too, so that's why I didn't drive, because typically, I don't know, I make you drive more often, actually, as of recent, but
Recently, yeah. You are
because I
probably
like
the
being
more often
I
driver, though.
like being a passenger princess.
I still need to watch the FNAF movie.
Same.
was good.
I have
I
actually
really
seen it.
liked it.
I've seen.
I know jack shit about FNAF, and I
Same.
still watch the movie.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good.
Okay. I've heard a lot of like if you weren't a part of
Yeah.
the fandom, you're not gonna like it.
I don't
kind of
think I'd
vibe.
label
I
it
feel
as a
like
good
I don't know.
movie, but it wasn't a bad one.
Yeah,
It wasn't
was
a
okay.
horror film. And I
No.
still
Not at all.
feel like I understand less about the FNAF lore than I did prior.
That's
but-
okay. They changed things.
Yeah, well, I've heard. Okay, so I watched it with my partner and a couple friends, and then afterwards, they spent about an hour and a half trying to explain FNAF lore to me.
No God.
Oh goodness.
They should have just
Yeah.
sent you the hour and a half long
Emphasis on
map video
trying.
Literally.
Emphasis
beforehand.
on.
There's like
way
a
more than just
10-minute
an hour and a
long one,
half video,
too.
my goodness.
Have we even started? Oh, we are streaming.
FNAF lore is like a 40
Yes,
video.
yes, we're streaming.
No,
We've been live.
so they spent like an hour and a half and emphasis on the word trying to explain FNAF lore to me
Understandable.
because I don't quite get it. It's really confusing. There's a lot of stuff about death and children
Children
That's
die.
most of the lore,
Animatronics.
is death
Yeah.
and children.
Matt Pat.
and revenge. I think revenge,
Got it.
but I wasn't entirely sure. But yeah, Matt Pat's somewhere in this.
Matt Pat. He has a theory.
Matt Pat was a
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but that's just a theory.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That response. Visceral.
Kato, you have more merch than any of us
For what?
for game theory.
Well, yeah, because I like their stuff.
Does
a lot,
anyone
and
else
they've
have
got good
any
merch.
merch for games?
I would say
I don't.
I don't even watch Matt.
I don't think I've seen a
fun.
single
It's
game
good
theory
stuff.
video.
I haven't either.
I may
I
have-
need to, given where like what I do for work, but I just haven't.
I keep
I
Pikachu over
may-
here.
I may have
hangs
watched
out.
a Matt
What
Pat
is
video
that?
like 7 years ago.
This is
Yeah, I
this
forget, like,
Pikachu.
What
Well, it was
type
on, like,
of
Skyrim or
Matt Pat
something.
videos I got into. Like, I don't think game theory was much of it, but
He's got a little
I think I've seen some of his
Yeah.
food theory videos.
game theory.
It's just a theory.
Oh, I see
Makes
it.
sense for you.
Yeah.
The achievement hunters.
Oh, yeah, Pikachu.
That-
He hangs out at my desk. He's fun. Because they
Cute.
used to, for their live channel, they had a Peeps bunny that they called Pikachu because it was meant to be kind of like, Pikachu, but Pikachu. And then when they realized they wanted to finally make merch for it, they're like, well, we can't just take the Peeps brand and make that into stuff. So they
Can't just
made,
take two very
so they made
powerful
their
brands
own
and-
plushie and said, now we can brand it and
Yeah.
whatever we want with it.
Now we can sell, make money.
I also have a keychain
Now we
version of him too that hangs out on my desk as well. So they both are sitting there doing their own
There you
thing.
go.
Yitza wants you guys to rate the movie on 1 to 10.
I think I rated it a
I give it a
'Cause
7.
I haven't.
I
seen
think
it.
I did a 7.
I 7.
It's not too bad.
776.
I'd
Six
probably
being
give
from
it.
the person who doesn't really know anything about it, so that logic
I-
flies.
I think I'd probably give it a 7 or an 8.
An 8, okay. So there you go.
I'm not a horror fan, also, and it wasn't horror.
Same.
Yeah, and it
I
wasn't horror
liked
at
the
all.
little bit of horror that was in it. I
It, like,
thought it
gave
was
two
really
horror
well done.
scenes, so it kind
Yeah.
of gave the right feel to it, but didn't
Hmm.
drag out with a boring horror movie like most horror movies are. So
Okay. There's 2 more
Gotcha.
movies, so
I think with
they
what
might
the
pump.
task
They might
was,
ramp it up.
a horror movie and a game vid movie, it had a big task ahead of it, and it worked out. So, because
Did it
those are
well.
2 genres that are notoriously bad movies.
Hmm.
So good for them.
They did.
Yeah, it was a good horror comedy. And also the guy who played PETA
Comedy.
was a great character. And also Shaggy. Shaggy was in it.
Yes.
Oh, he killed it as
I-
William
Shaggy was
Afton.
great.
Which is
So,
good. I was
he
like,
did a
I mean,
very
I do
good
think it's
job.
funny that of all the 2 actors in the whole world that they could have chosen to be in those roles, they picked people that are actually relevant to people who probably would care about FNAF.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Matthew Lillard.
He did. A very
Is that
good
the,
job.
is that
Yeah,
Shaggy?
he
Because
did
I only know him by
Yes,
Shaggy.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
I forget what else I know him from, but it's other scattered stuff.
Scream.
And then PETA is Josh Hutchinson. Hutchington.
Josh Hutcherson.
He was in Jurassic Park
Hutcherson.
3.
He was
Oh my
also
God,
in a
he
Bridge to
was.
He
Terabithia
was
for
in
us
the
old people.
Hunger
Journey to the
Games,
Center of the
he was in a
Earth.
lot, actually.
He's in a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a child actor, so it's not surprising.
Yes,
Yep.
True.
very much so.
And then the one girl that played Beck Elizabeth Lale, I think is her name. She was in You. So people were kind of surprised to see her do a role like that because it is like an interesting transition, but I guess they're both kind of horror, thriller, kind of, maybe. I don't know.
Ugh.
So,
I don't know. I think as a horror film, I'd probably give it a 6.
2.
As far as writing, yeah. Honestly,
there
it's
was,
not
like, no
great.
horror.
For the amount of jump scares.
I will
There's
say
zero
one of them
jump
that I
scares.
will not spoil because you haven't seen the movie yet. One of them made me go like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, but
I-
you're
one
in
of one of the horror
not gonna say it.
moments
I don't
I
think
think I know
was-
which one you're talking about.
with Freddy.
Yes.
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
it was.
I was like, "Whoa!"
loved that moment. And I've been following the girl that plays the babysitter on TikTok for a while. So that was even better just to see that. That was
Oh,
very
I know
funny.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, that part. That made me sit up.
It just was uncalled for.
It was very uncalled for.
Just all of a sudden. Okay.
That happened.
Thanks.
Well, D&D, everybody.
D&D.
True, we are
Fan
here for
I
that.
think it's time.
Fan
Yep,
art, yes.
Fan art time.
Oh,
He's like,
almost forgot.
he's so ready to say
No, I didn't. I have it open right here.
oh, we have like
Okay.
I was just
4
confirming.
weeks of fan art.
He was just
I know.
testing us.
Just
Yeah.
making sure we forgot. I didn't forget English.
Making sure we
As
forgot
always, we'll-
specifically.
We'll
Oh, there's
preface.
Yo,
so
my
much.
English
Oh
has been
boy.
so
We're
bad
not
today.
judging you. You're fine.
Where do we even start?
I don't know. I feel like we
what-
got some
what-
up here, but
Wait, I have a really weird Christmas ad. Hold up.
yeah, I
You
think
can
we
look at the
actually
I
start
think-
Chat
right-
yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like around there.
I think it was when I sent the GIF. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think that was one of the last ones, so it's a
Yeah.
little bit harder.
The
Something like a
Halloween.
Yeah,
Because
the
obviously it
Halloween
was
special.
pre-Halloween. I think that.
Yeah.
Hold on. I think we're good. You can go forward a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
There, where
My
the
notes
GIF
are
is.
from the
I-
11th because we did a Wednesday session.
Oh wait, then
We'll just start here, and if you guys want to see more, well, you know how to find it.
join the Discord.
There's a
Yep.
Discord. You can
Go to the Discord. Join. Speak. Talk. Make fan art. Give theories.
Awesome.
It's
Panic.
just a theory.
Panic.
Have
Go on
panic in
rant
chat.
in the theory chat.
Panic.
Have full-on anxiety text, or maybe not, but you know.
All right.
Get immersed.
There's
Have
some
anxiety.
Halloween stuff. Here's, of course, the Phantom Wolf himself.
This is
I love
so
that. Came
good.
out really nice.
Mm-hmm. It's really good.
Mm.
Just with the good old spray across the mask.
The nice splatter.
Yep.
What else we got? Oh boy, pretty much the this sums up a lot, really.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm so glad that
gotta
happened
tell you
after so
something.
long.
This is connected to this, and this, and this person
Yeah.
did this, and did they
So-
this.
So if you look over here,
Me as the DM being like, well, actually, that line goes there. They don't know that one yet. They don't know that
when
one
I
yet.
roll really well, it's just God moving the line. To where it's like, look, guys, I'm so smart.
I don't even know what this one is. But
Hello.
Chork's got a gun.
Yep.
Shoring's got a gun.
It's the Men in Black Choric.
Yeah, he's being Men in Black Chork.
I think
I
it
live
was
for
Halloween. Was it on Halloween?
Might have been a Halloween.
Yeah,
fan
it was
art.
Halloween. Or a couple days
The
after, rather.
next one is, oh my god, that is beautiful.
Ooh, that's
Sorry.
art right there.
Oh my
Gosh.
god. That's
Yeah,
gorgeous.
Pizza just doing the thing.
Yeah.
Wow. I love the
Iconic.
hair.
Mm-hmm.
I love the background.
That's like new
Yeah,
phone
no,
background
everything.
material.
Yeah, no, that's
My
gorgeous.
phone backgrounds are unfortunately preoccupied, but if they weren't,
Computer wallpaper.
it might become computer wallpaper.
Yeah, like that's worthy.
It's alright, I guess.
Oh, cute.
Flower
Little
crown.
skull necklace is so
The
funny.
biggest smile ever.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ear to ear, quite literally. I think it may go past the ears. It's just the hair covers it.
Yep.
Next one's funny.
Oh no.
Oh,
That is
no.
everything.
Just dreaming. Big old snot bubble.
That's
Yep.
so accurate.
He's so in.
Okay. Alright. So,
Animation.
I'm gonna mute it because my
It's
last time
probably
I
a good
played it
idea.
got copyright hit on my D&D video
Oh,
on
really?
D&D YouTube.
Wow.
Oh, no.
For a Mean Girls soundtrack. You know how embarrassing that was as a D&D player for that to happen?
Man,
Hey! Easy. Mean Girls slaps, okay?
It does slap.
I have listened to it more times than I care to admit, so.
Yeah, because I play it.
Yeah, and I have not turned it off. So.
Here, we'll do a cover. It's
You
a bad
enjoy it.
idea, right?
he's a
Staying in the night. It's a bad idea, right?
Into the tree.
F it, it's fine. Yes, he knows that. It's my ex. I mean, friends can reconnect. I don't know what the lyrics are.
He's better than I get.
Oh my god.
Yeah, these don't really work too well without the music. Yo, watch them yourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Join the
Yeah.
Discord.
Let's see. Ooh,
Very cute though.
nice little
I love
sketch.
That one's good. Mm-hmm.
So cute.
Got
Aww.
them too.
Doing her hair for the
Yeah.
for the ball.
The
Very,
ball.
very cute.
Ow.
And that's it. That's all we got. It's been a month. Thank you, everyone, of course, for your contribution to our fan art.
Yeah.
Some pretty good
Exactly. You know, now that we're back, we expect fan art. So if you don't bring it, then we will have to draw it ourselves.
You don't want to see me draw.
I kind of do.
No, you don't.
Listen.
No, you don't.
I'm
You saw me
decent
build
at
earlier.
creative.
You don't want to see me draw either.
I don't know if you built or just placed parrots and donkeys.
No, I built. I built.
Okay.
I swear on my life. I might have added, some of my own flair to it, but
He built a fence for those animals.
No.
I also built
They
the
didn't have a
fence.
fence.
No, that was all Xylo. He built the fence.
They played Speaker Man
Yeah,
and wife.
Yep.
Mhm.
We were
Speaker Man and
great.
wife.
Me and Mitch were an old married
Mitch
couple.
was
Didn't get along.
Yeah, I was the woman.
mom, and Xylo was the
course.
dad.
It was great.
Yep. And they did a very good job.
Was it an adopted by?
It was a having speaker family video.
Ah.
See it on the Circus Baby and Glamrock Freddy show and next week.
Funny.
Well, is it finally time to
I
play
think
some
it can be
D&D?
D&D time.
After 12
Yeah.
years, we're ready to return.
That's not
Is that how much
accurate.
time
Yeah.
passed while we were in the
No.
tree?
Jesus Christ.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
I thought
Okay,
it-
wild.
It's been a hot
Okay.
minute.
yeah, you know,
Time
time
warp.
works in mysterious ways.
Makes sense.
Anyway, I suppose would our resident note taker like to give us a
I would
previously
love
on?
to.
Cause we
I've got these
gon'
notes.
need it.
Exactly. I'm like, I have no idea what happened. Let's go see what happened.
Let's-
I'm ready.
Previously on Titan's Edge.
With everyone home after the events of the masquerade ball, the group takes a moment to reconnect. Ignatius and an enemy fell asleep guarding Rex's door outside after the drastic and aggressive events that happened previously. Wick writes up a draft of a revised Titan's Watch handbook, which she leaves in an enemy's room for her to read. Milo has a restless night with what possibly could have been the most actual sleepful night he had, but it still wasn't much. And Rex ended up spending time with the Chancellor, otherwise known as the Butterfly, who we've met previously. The group reconvenes for breakfast. Milo and Wick explain what's happening with Milo, because they were the only two people who were present at the time, and explain that his brother is going to take him back to Sakura, and that he, in essence, is going to be arrested by his brother to be brought back. Rex lets drop to the other two that he is indeed the Prince of Camoria, and apologizes for not having shared this information with them prior. He specifically apologizes to Ignatius, Enemy, and Chorik, because he was willing to kill them in the tournament if he had to, which prompts Ignatius to kind of go into existential crisis. Rex also mentions very briefly that he has a special coin that was given to him by the Chancellor, which has not proven to be very useful yet, but it's a coin that basically provides him with diplomatic immunity, in essence, in our lovely town that we're in. And so Rex and Wick have a moment, then proceed after this, where Rex apologizes directly to Wick, and Wick mentions that she's planning to leave with Milo when he's taken away, regardless of who decides to come with her. It kind of gets to this point where people have to make a decision. An enemy and Ignatius end up leaving, Ignatius prompting it to go think some things through, and the others end up staying behind. Basically, as soon as Ignatius and enemy leave, they are met, the three who remained are met by Milo's brother, and they end up stalling for quite some time to try and keep him there to buy Ignatius and enemy precious time to make a decision. Meanwhile, Ignatius and an enemy are going for a walk and decide to go try to talk with Sequoia to actually do the mission that Titan's Watch had come here to do. And so they attempted to go see the tree, had some difficulty getting inside, but they used their masks from the championship because the championship itself was happening to go on at this very moment. So they were using this as an opportunity to get to the information they needed. But they get there, and after some sneaky maneuvers, an enemy manages to get close to the tree and realizes that there's nothing there, or that she's not sensing anything. Ignatius is met with similar results, trying to commune with the tree, although he was already feeling kind of out of it anyway, so it didn't really matter. And so then, at that point, Ignatius' enemy realized that the tree is actually an illusion of some sort. My goodness, train, stop. And so we call the group back, walkie-talkies commence, and in essence, as soon as Milo's brother hears that the tree is an illusion, he says that they can pause what they're doing right now. He's going to let Milo continue his job, and the group reconvenes together. They break into the area where the tree resides, and after a lovely dance, full distraction by an enemy, and some cool magic moves by Milo and his brother tag teaming it up and setting people on fire and all that jazz, everyone proceeds to jump into the hollow of the tree, and that's where we left off. So lots of things to keep in mind. I let myself be a little bit longer because I know there's a lot to cover.
That's very good. We return with, strangely not for the first time, the party in freefall. The tree of which you walked through was indeed some sort of illusion, but the other side of it appears to be nothing. At first, you pass through a few layers of what seems to be a wall of bark. But you pass through that as well, layers upon layers, until you find yourself in a very dark, open, free-falling cavern. Milo, you can see a little bit with your dark vision. Does anyone else have anything like that? I forget
got
if
my
the goggles
goggles.
are, yeah.
Well, so would ours
Of
as well.
course. Yep. And as you're falling, suddenly your fall begins to slow. And you all feel the familiar weightlessness of the slow fall spell taking effect.
You know, we are quite capable of doing this ourselves, but we appreciate it. This isn't the first time we have been in free fall.
I
don't
don't
know.
know if you're going to cast it on me, so...
No,
Well,
this
that's
is
for
helpful.
this. This is a lot more convenient. Usually it takes like 20 minutes for us to figure out how to stop.
I can just
So-
morph into a bird, so this is nice.
Is there a way you can scout out beneath us?
I'm not really sure I can see when I get down there. Unless somebody
Can
has
you-
something I can take with me
Can you
in
be
my
a bat?
bird mouth. I guess so. I guess I've never been a bat before. But bats don't really see, they just use their echolocation. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
They can like see because they can like hear and like
Yeah.
the sound. I'm not
I
gonna-
guess
don't
I can
wanna
try that.
explain.
You also see Aris pull a coin out of his bag and cast a light spell on it, and then he just drops it.
I guess
that
I'll.
may be able to help.
Alright. In that case, since there's light, I shall be bird.
So most of you see this small source of light begin to plummet and fall at least a couple 100 feet down through the darkness. Anemone, you begin to fly down. You feel the cavern that you're delving into isn't quite even. It seems to have some bends along it. But eventually you reach near the bottom, which seems to be a small lit coin, a pile of rocks at the bottom of it, and what seems to be a bunch of different tunnels that work in different directions. The center of the room, which is nearby where the coin landed, there seems to be some sort of cairn or burial.
Alright.
But it seems to be only a few 100 feet deep.
Would I know if their slow fall spell would get them the rest of the way there?
Make an intelligence check. So you've gone through it before, but
Intelligence? Is that just wisdom, or
it should just be intelligence. I think it's the third one down.
am I blind? Probably.
You click on the word itself on your stats.
Oh,
It's just a check, not a save, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you get the
looking at
feeling that
images.
either they'll make it to the bottom, or between Milo and his brother, they'll easily be able to
Mhm.
apply another slow fall and make it with just that much of an effort.
Okay. I'll probably just stay down here then and assume that, I mean, they're coming down here regardless, so since there's no immediate danger, she won't feel the need to warn them, and I guess she'll just probably... I guess she'll morph back into herself and just say, "Coast is clear." since
You
they're
will hear
only
the
a few
voice
hundred
echo
feet.
from down below. And eventually you see the light slowly approaching towards you. Is anyone doing anything before you make landfall?
I'll probably take out my sword and ignite it so that way we have some more light.
Nice. And you pull out your sword. It ignites into flame before you.
Yes.
How much can I see of the room?
You seem to be able to see probably the majority of this room as you're coming down. You can now see that there is indeed a burial site here of some kind, and then what appears to be a larger open cavern that reaches out past your edge of sight.
See you
We
guys.
all
It was
die.
Good night.
Damn.
Oh, right, and that's the end of Titan's Edge. Thank you all for joining us.
Yeah.
This is a great
We
comeback.
waited this long
Yep. To end it, April Fools.
to end it.
Good
Death.
old November Fools, everybody.
Yeah.
November 10th is known for jokes.
Jokes and carrying on.
Anyway, yes, you all slowly drift to the bottom of the cavern. There's some rocks around you. You can now see the immediate vicinity with both the small source of light and the flaming sword brightening up the cavern. What's most noticeable is just big tunnels almost going in all kinds of different directions. Could anyone here make a... Let's just do a wisdom check. Anyone who would like to.
Yeah.
The wisest.
I'm
I'll
very.
gladly
Oh,
do wisdom.
never
check.
mind.
That'd be very great, but I'll try for fun.
Wick got a nat 20.
Yeah.
Indeed.
We're good.
I'm locked in.
19. Man.
But yeah, you get the feeling that
Okay.
these tunnels used to
Right in
be
the middle.
where roots had been previously. They seem to all stretch out as if they were many tree roots from a tree.
I bet a big bear lives in these tunnels. I think it's a big, scary bear that everybody's scared of, so they banished him down here.
That is the most bizarre
Okay.
theories that I've heard yet.
I mean,
Why?
it's possible that they could have banished him, but it would have had to been after the tree was derooted because these are all different shapes and sizes, and they kind of are giving me the vibe of old roots where they used to lay.
Oh.
Giving me Mother Myrtle vibes, just a lot more dead.
Well,
Yeah, I
Just
guess
a
that
lot
makes more
more-
sense.
Non-existent.
Yeah, 'cause dead would
Mhm.
imply that something would be rotting here, and it seems like simply things are missing.
you saw that. You said that I could see the like burial ritual thing, right?
Yes, could everyone make a perception check? As you reveal more of the room.
Beep boop beep boop.
Who would load?
That's more reasonable.
Yeah.
Rolls are poopy.
Let's go.
Let's go. I have vision.
with his failure.
So most of you can see that there's what appears to be a few corpses scattered around the room.
Oh.
Wick, you happen to see one that apparently has a broken mask on it, which seemed to be a mask of a glass horned creature of some kind. Milo, you find what appears to be two children, well decayed past the point of recognition, but
Wow, that's nice.
you assume them to be of elven nature.
So that is
There's a hair.
awful, frankly.
And you can all see
Does them-
now there's the burial site in the middle of the room with two stone statues standing guard over it.
What are the stone statues? What do they look like?
They seem to be almost monstrous looking creatures with just like big bulky, like almost like a troll kind of look to them, but with very long flowing hair.
Can I walk up to them and see if there's any writing?
Sure. You walk up.
I'll also beckon to Aris to follow.
This is an interesting place.
Well, it is. I mean, there was supposed to be a tree here, but
But where is
Okay.
the tree?
well, not here. I was thinking that maybe the tree was at the bottom, and it was like, I don't know, just a little tweak. But I mean, this is not a tree in the slightest, no?
For a tree to rot away would be hundreds of years.
I mean, for a tree to just frankly stop existing, I mean, it would take some serious magic to just make it poof in one bit, huh?
It would seem so.
How dead is the body with the mask?
Pretty dead.
Refresh?
It seems that it was not a recent, not necessarily a recent thing. It's,
Like a
yeah, probably around a year or more. It's very
What did
much
you say
dried
the-
out husk at this point. Not
did you
quite
say the
skeleton
mask-
yet, but
was
it's a glass, like, rhino-looking creature.
rhino.
I want to loot the body.
Great.
Yes.
Anyway, Milo, you go up and you see now what seems to be this, one larger structure, this monolith with a plaque on it and everything, and then one smaller stone. Smaller stone says cat.
Oh, that is not very ominous, just sort of odd. What about the bigger
And
stone, huh?
Make me a intelligence check.
I'd also like to do an Arcana afterwards to,
Sure.
if I pass this, to do a. Oh, that's a save.
It's a crit. Do you know Draconic?
I do know Draconic.
All right, then you can certainly read what it says here and what kind of
We could have
Arcana check.
spoken
would
together
you
this entire time,
Yeah.
and you didn't tell me.
Well,
What?
You never asked.
That's true, but still, 31 episodes, and I learned this now.
I want to check to see if this thing is like has any warding on it, or if there's any like maybe innate magic that would be similar to what Sequoia is.
Okay.
So
Arcana check.
okay, I'm
Very
rolling good
good.
today.
Yeah. You read on the plaque, here lies Sostili, wife, mother, savior of worlds and hearts. And you get the sense that this area is definitely warded heavily.
Okay. Man, I really do not know what that means. It's just. I mean, this is a riddle. It feels like I don't know, or whoever this is. They look like more like a troll and not like one of the snake people. So, I mean, you've got any ideas? That would be great, but we should definitely be careful. This place has got some.
Do you think they buried a cat?
I mean, it would not be surprised if they buried the cat. Yes. But I feel like the cat was the least important part of this whole situation.
What was the name?
Sostili.
Does the name
Sostili.
ring a bell?
Everyone can make history checks. I guess we'll roll one for bro.
Ooh.
My God, double
Let's
crits.
What?
go.
Wow.
Oh
What
my
is in that?
God.
Triple crits.
in that
One of
water?
these is not a good one.
Hey.
Anemone don't know nothing.
I think it's really funny that the high history.
I'm looking forward to hearing how
Bible
Alexander
got
justifies
16.
this, how we know this knowledge. I want to know.
My thought is via just it being in Draconic. That's my thought. So maybe it's something Draconic related towards my people.
So, you two have read things before.
Yeah, all the
You
time.
might not be the most avid library goers in this party, but you've read books before.
It's
In
true.
this case,
I know the
children's
Titans watch
books.
Ah, I love.
From
Of course.
somewhere deep in your mind, the name rings a bell. The tale of what was two snake people In a corrupted land, searching for a new home, Sastali and Zensu moved all of their people into a utopia and created it and lived happily ever after. After undergoing many hardships along the way, where they fought frogs, they fought witches, and eventually had to fight people who were with them. But eventually they were able to save their people. Happily ever after.
I'm assuming this is the after part that happened. If that
Interesting.
story is real.
Wait, so Zastali and whatever his name is. Do you remember the name?
Was it Zensu?
Yes.
Zensu? Zensu. Zastali and Zensu. My dad, when he'd get home, at night, he would read that story to me about the snake people, and he'd always have to explain to me what snake people looked like because I had no idea what they would possibly look like. We didn't have that many on Altera. I mostly just thought they were, dragonborns, but
Yeah, there's a
interesting.
difference.
Yeah, well, I know that now. Back then I didn't. This is interesting. So is this where they came? But then, why would that explain the tree?
Hey, Xylo. Can I do one more history check?
Yeah.
To determine if I know how long the Yuan-Ti have resided in Sequoia?
Sure.
Thank you.
2 years!
24 for your roll. They have been there for the better part of a millennia. So,
How long is a
Since-
millennia?
1,000. So.
1,000?
Over
Okay.
500 years. You know that they've lived in the mountains for a super long time, but have slowly become more and more prevalent in Sequoia as time has gone forward.
Okay, I have a bit of a crazy theory. And feel free to hit me if it's just that wild. The Yuan-Ti have lived here for so many centuries. There's somewhere in the order of 8 or 9, most likely. Is it possible that Sequoia, at least for the entire time that both my brother and I have been alive, has been fake? Has been this illusion? No?
All
Has
of
never,
it?
Has it been dead for centuries even? And
That
how
is
is?
unlikely.
Yeah, but what is it? What?
The tree
if-
or all of it?
The tree is gone.
Oh.
The tree has been gone this whole time. And this is a. I already know that there's a large amount of magic that resides in this space. I mean, these statues alone are filled with immense warding powers. Is it possible that it is the source that creates the illusion? Some kind of worship that sustains the tree.
See, but I'm trying to figure out what this has to do with the child story.
It's an interesting theory,
They
but
worship a cat, and that's what keeps the illusion of the sequoia tree here.
well,
No, I think they worship the statue of the.
Of our deceased friends here.
Yes.
it's an interesting thought. But when an enemy and I were talking with the guards outside the tree, they at least seemed to very substantially believe that this tree is real, and many other people have come here often to talk to the tree. I think anyone over the course of that many years would have eventually said something if they'd noticed the tree was not there, because I didn't sense anything.
Yeah, that's
I
my
think
thought process
that
as well.
someone did see something and say something.
Maybe
them,
maybe that's who we're looking
them.
at. Yeah.
Perhaps
I
those
think
two.
the people who knew are currently at our feet, with us in the pit.
Silo, did I find anything on the guy I looted?
Yeah, you found a really old grimy pouch of gold,
Hey.
Slightly rusted
Money.
sword.
Oh. No information. No wallet with an ID that states when this person lived.
I don't know. Not everyone
What
here
about a
carries
death
around a
certificate?
signet ring of their family's origins. I'm sorry.
True. Rex himself is just like, how dare they not have
It would
that?
be very hard
Yeah.
for Wick to have an ID.
A
You have to
fake
go to
ID,
the DMV
maybe.
every
Fake ID,
single
yeah.
day
Yeah,
just to
fake one.
update your picture on your ID
They,
every time.
they know a guy. It's fine.
Wick has a little, book of index cards with different IDs on them. It's
Yeah.
Or it's like,
Yeah.
or you have like
Hold on.
little stamps. You can like take little pictures and put it on a little stamp that you just put on the card, and so you have like your little ID card, and it's just like layered over layered over layered of just the one
It's just like
picture.
a stack of stickers.
It's like when you have a license plate sticker. It's just that, but with your
Why is your
picture on
ID, an inch thick? Huh.
No reason. Custom order. So we came down here. And I think that if we had not come down here, we probably would have ended up down here anyways. So who do we really tell about this? Because it doesn't seem like it's a good ending if you tell someone about it.
This does not seem so. This must be kept secret.
But how do we fix that? How do we can't just summon a new tree. And if we expose Sequoia...
This is what you're worried about.
I don't know if you know this, but there's a Titan under here, and this tree was supposed to be holding it. It's one of the tallest trees, so you think that it would have like a lot of like I don't know, roots holding it.
And
so
if
it's
my
not
brother's
here-
theory is correct, it's been gone for a very long time.
Yeah, but all the other trees are failing now, so it's kind of a bigger deal.
Wait a minute. You're saying that?
This is Ignatius's Titan Watch brain coming in, and he's just like,
Wait, so this tree was not rooted at all, if we're supposing at least for a while. Could the reason why every other tree is having problems be because of the fact that this tree is no longer here to root the Titan? And so the repercussions of the Titan shifting, potentially in place, could be causing other trees to be having discomfort or issues.
That
Maybe.
sounds
Not a bad
smart.
theory.
It does not
Potentially, but I would argue that their problems are less rooted. Their problems are less
Mhm.
rooted in the fact that they can't hold the tree up. It's other things are like attacking them, and so it's making them weak. Like Mother Myrtle had like her roots being eaten, so she couldn't hold it. Baobab had someone eating him, and then Kapuk has like the whole
whole shroom
mycelium
problem.
outbreak.
yeah.
So like it's more of like an environmental issue. Like their strength is okay and they've been able to hold it for this long, and none of them have really led on to us at least that they're
Yeah.
struggling to do so.
Would
So,
Mr.
This is
Alexander?
Agarica.
Oh, sorry, you go first.
yep.
The Titan itself is the land we live on. So,
There's one other thing. I feel like at some point, at least once, we have asked how's the other trees are doing, and not one has mentioned that Sequoia is fake. No,
That's a good point.
What
I mean
they
surely
don't
they would know.
no one on the continent knows. Perhaps they do not either.
Quick question for Alexander. Could I do a roll to see how long it's supposedly been reported that Titan Watch has been coming to help fix the trees here in Agarica?
Sure. Go for that roll. I guess a history check on Titan's Watch.
Oh, dang it, man.
Why can we find no information on this damn organization that we work for?
They must come here at some point.
Locked and keyed.
Okay.
We don't know when.
Yeah, if I can't figure anything out, Ignatius wouldn't say anything. He had a theory, but he's not going to share it if he doesn't have anything to substantiate it.
And you
mean,
just
I
know
was-
that whatever it is, it's important enough for two groups to be on this continent now, so.
Right.
I mean, the last problem that I was thinking about also is surely. I mean, I was going to say that I know exactly where you're going, and I was already going to say it.
Then do it. Don't feel bad. You're not stealing it from me because I can't think of it anyway, so you're good.
Surely, if it is Titan's Watch duty to keep the trees healthy and knows that they are holding up, I mean, surely at some points they must have noticed that, again, this tree was an illusion.
Another good point.
Can we ask Giovanni? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you saying?
I was just saying another good point.
Oh. Can we ask Giovanni? Can we just be like, yo, sup, dude? Can you tell us why Sequoia doesn't exist?
Why the hell is a tree not here? That's supposed to be here.
Do
Hey,
you want to
Giovanni.
let that secret go so quickly?
We're already down here. It's not like they're gonna throw us down here. What are they gonna do? Lock us up? I dare them.
No, it's your friend, if he knows.
Okay,
the information,
Titanari.
What is he going to do with it?
Yeah.
What like, they gonna lock him up?
Or where do the loyalties of Titan's Watch lie?
I mean, that's who we work for. That's why we're here.
Yeah, but then again, he like betted on us dying a while back.
I guess that's a good point.
He
All I'm
didn't bet
saying
on
is
us.
you have your priorities. I have mine.
Yeah,
I
maybe
mean, you don't
not.
see
I want
that
the
way.
people here to do well and not quickly discover that everything they've known for hundreds of years is a lie.
Yeah, that
Your
could cause mass
priority-
panic.
Your priority was getting your brother back to Sakura. You are now at the bottom of a 1,000-foot tree with us. I don't trust your priorities because they seem to change on a whim.
Touche.
Also,
No.
we don't really know where your priorities lie either. Why should we just suddenly trust you because you're one of our friend's brothers who was trying to basically kidnap him?
I imagine you should trust me less because of that.
Exactly. So why are we gonna listen to you?
I mean,
Well, I mean, we're all in the same spot.
Emily just going.
So
Oh,
I mean,
shut up! Let me eat my cheese stick and let me figure out what to do.
How
I mean,
old is that?
Where
Don't worry
did she
about
get
it.
these from?
it's not what
It's a goat. It's a goat milk cheese stick.
There was a point in time where we were
Lord.
carrying around oatmeal everywhere. I really don't understand it.
uh,
The one thing I will say is in fairness to Aris, the crimes I committed were my own.
And it was delicious.
The crimes or the cheese stick?
Probably why I'm crying.
I think it's the
It's
cheese
the
stick.
cheese.
Ignore her.
Okay.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad idea to trust him, frankly.
Look, we kind of don't have a choice.
Well, you say this to him, what's the best outcome?
I don't know. We all die at the bottom of a tree that doesn't exist.
I mean, we all
mean,
did decide
I'll
to just
fly out of
randomly drop
here.
into the tree.
Well,
You dropped
Hold
into
on.
the tree. I followed you.
the tree still exists somewhere.
Yeah.
Sure, we can all
There's
fly
roots.
out of here if we choose to.
I mean,
It was either follow me or captured by guards, and then
I mean,
maybe be thrown down here anyways.
I mean, the
mean-
guards did see us go down here, so I'm sure somebody's gonna come at some point, right?
I had the alternatives. It was jail, or jump into the tree.
Wait, are we going to jail? I don't want to be arrested. Prison doesn't look good on me.
I'm not sure that is entirely true, but also, no, I don't think we're going to be going to jail.
Think of
At
the
least
bumps
after
you
we-
could get in prison though.
I have a question as well. Ax, you said you went and spoke to the butterfly, no?
Yeah.
What how exactly did you how did that go again? What is your read on him, huh?
I don't know. He's now that I see this, a lot more suspicious than I originally was.
Well, at least I'm not the only one who's not suspicious of the man who claimed
Yeah, if you're in charge of everything, I feel like you would know about this.
and he is in fact, I don't believe is he a UNT? I don't think so.
Isn't
Yes,
he
he
the
is
like
a UNT.
bridge?
He's a UNT?
Isn't he the bridge to Sequoia, like to get your wish? So if the tree's not actually here, he's probably the one just granting the wishes. Then no.
It means this
Perhaps.
seems plausible.
So then he's got to be pretty powerful if he can just do anything.
Well, he is
well,
the
actually, no.
chancellor.
Actually, hold on.
Someone
Yes,
has to be
that's what I'm
pretty
thinking.
powerful for an illusion such as this.
Yeah.
Yes,
This is
but I will
no.
say that I remember when we were asking what the prize was. It was we could have anything, but it was within parameters. So maybe it's within parameters because he's using majority of his power to keep this illusion up, and he can't do much else.
Or it is that his powers to grant wishes are actually quite limited, considering
I mean,
wishes are not.
That
I
could also be
imagine
it.
some people wish for some crazy stuff. Like the sky to be purple. How's somebody just gonna do that?
I mean, the power of a wish is.
If they have the power to make an illusion such as this, they could make the sky purple.
That seems like the easiest thing to do,
Forever?
frankly.
Everywhere?
Maybe.
Not everywhere, but
There's not a day. Is in your world that there's not a day cycle here, or is there? Does the sun set and rise, or is
Yeah,
it like?
the sun
Okay.
does move. Of course the sun moves, but it's not really the sun.
Think of
is
it like a
It's
microwave.
of course the day serpent that
A
flies
microwave.
around the world.
It's the fire titan.
The Titan of Light and the Titan of the Moon Titan as well. The darkness and light constantly chase each other like a great Ouroboros around our flat
it's like
world
you
we
ever,
live on.
you ever see the giant orange Tic Tac?
No.
There you go.
Yeah. Either way, that's my theory, going off of what other people have said as well, agreeing that like it's probably the chancellor, the chancellor, whatever his name is,
Okay.
that is doing this.
Well, I mean, I'm glad we have all these theories, but what the hell are we gonna do down here?
Yes, that was the follow-up question.
Yeah, really glad we have all these thoughts and no escape plan.
Well, I have an idea.
We could
Okay.
investigate further. We could
I
leave.
do agree with that.
If we can try and remember to position ourselves in a northwestern direction, these trees might have either spanned to Bonsai or Kapuk. We could just take this all the way there. We were gonna use the tunnels anyways if we couldn't teleport.
What if there's not a hole back up?
I have Aris, do you have the ability
Can
to
make
possibly dispel magic?
Maybe.
I mean, I do. It's literally how we found
Do?
out.
I think I
Are you
can.
gonna get rid of the tree?
Actually, there's wording around here. I was hoping that maybe we
Oh, I
could see what's underneath these statues.
I am quite curious.
But I
I
feel if you
will-
try and hit these statues,
that could be
the-
dangerous.
That is why we
hold on.
dispel
I'm
the wording
open for a
first.
fight.
I can see if it's magical if you want first.
Oh, it's
I mean,
magical.
It is magical. I've already seen the wording. That's why we need to dispel it
But
first.
I can tell you what type of magic it is, so then we can know if it's like a bomb,
Gonna kill us.
if it's an illusion, if it's.
I have never heard of this bomb magic, but yes, it might not be a bad idea to at least try and.
You almost with Iggy. That's bomb magic.
That's fire magic.
That's dead magic. That's what I'm talking
I
about.
mean, it's still fire.
Evocation?
It might be good
Yeah, that
to
one.
investigate
Evocation.
further and see what it is we're dealing with.
I mean, the statue seems rather important. Otherwise, who would put a statue
Yeah.
at the bottom of a giant tree
And why is there
hole?
draconic on it?
And why is there
When
two
this
of them
land
if
is
one is a
mainly
cat?
not draconic. There's not many
guys,
dragons here,
I can
let
answer
alone
this.
lizards.
Okay,
I can answer this. The Yuan
it.
Teep were the ones that put the statue here because they're the ones who live under the mountains. That's why that was one of the ways that we could get to Kapuk was under the mountain, but we'd have to go through sacred ritual grounds through the Yuan Ti, and they don't like us being down here, so we need to be careful.
oh, this is
I
a sacred
literally
ritual
researched
ground,
this.
isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah, this is. A
I don't.
sacred
This is
ritual
probably
ground.
one of many. I thought we'd be a little bit further under the mountain before we came across one where like there was going to be like I don't know. I envisioned like lava moat and stuff like that, but like there might be one there. Hold on, let me find it.
So it sounds like we're gonna be in trouble.
Well, I think we are already in trouble. Again, we are standing at the bottom.
So
of
we
the
we are
are
on the
getting
ground.
arrested.
No.
I don't want
only
to
if
go
we
to
get caught.
prison.
I think we'd die before we'd get arrested in a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
And also, I have a coin, so good luck for the rest of you.
I
What?
don't want to die.
Point's not going to help you when you're getting your throat
If we
ripped out.
die, can I be buried next to Iggy?
Sure.
Well, if I die, I'm probably going to be sent my body back to my homeland.
Well, what about mine?
Not if there's no one to send it back.
Yeah, I'm be honest with you. I think if you die, they're not gonna really care about sending your body back to your homeland, you'll probably just rot here.
I will also be
Like
able to
these
say
three.
full intention on surviving. So
I wrote it down.
Yes.
I told you to shush.
No, so
That's
there's
just
no
me.
teleport to Kabuk, but there's tunnels. Under the mountain is the quickest, but the ruins are protected by the Yuan-Ti.
My auntie.
Okay.
This is probably a ruin.
No, Yuan T. His name is a race of snake people.
Yeah.
I didn't know you know my
Yes, we know
auntie.
this information.
Not going to.
What
even-
did you just say?
Don't ask. Don't ask. Just do not ask. It's pointless to
She's
ask.
stupid today, so
Don't
I'm
ask
playing
questions.
it as so.
So, dispel magic?
I
Yeah.
mean,
Can Wick just do her thing and then do the thing and see if it's safe and then dispel? Yeah, do it.
I prefer not to be
Go.
grave robbers unless we have to be.
You ain't never grave robbed before?
You really think Iggy is grave robbed?
I
I
don't
may
know.
not be that morally.
Have you
inclined, but
even stolen anything aside from my
I've done
heart?
that.
I'm gonna start
I'm gonna say, I'm
drawing
pretty
the
sure.
runes for dispel or detect magic because I'm gonna ritual cast it.
All right.
It's wasting spell slots. Start drawing it and then.
Oh, you know what? In the same time, I'm also gonna do a identify ritual around the big statue, and see if this
Identify
thing has,
ritual.
yeah,
I'm just gonna yell
see
at
if this
Milo.
thing has magical properties.
Milo! Milo!
You didn't tell me you could speak and read Draconic? What the hell?
I just back in Draconic. Well, you didn't ask.
Oh,
You
Well, then you
never
can
spoke
do-
to me in Draconic.
You can sense there is abjuration magic coming from the
Oh,
the
yeah,
burial
correct.
site itself.
Abjuration.
I mean, yeah, no, that tracks.
Yeah. Which you'd know to be like general wards would fit the class of.
we could have
Doesn't seem
somebody
to be
say-
any
like
explosions
boom
that are going to
spell?
happen. No
Okay.
evocation here. But
Ah, thank God, we're not gonna step on a rune of
That's
kaboom.
what I wanted. Protective spells that create physical or magical barriers. Oh, so there's a something's encased. Potentially.
Makes sense for burial.
Yeah.
Is
So, Go ahead.
let's see, is this statue magical at all? Because my theory is that the statue is the source of power for the.
It's probably gonna wake up and murder
let's
us.
do an intelligence check or Arcana check from you, Milo.
Since it's a check, I'll do a Arcana.
All right. You don't believe that these are a source of any magic. In fact, they seem to be some of the less magical things in this room.
Two biggest statues. It's weird.
Is Ares stuff still whacking out? Last time I did detect magic, he what was it?
Yeah, just tell me what you're looking to find.
What do you
here.
mean is Aries whacking?
Is the stuff whacking out? Probably.
When he just starts
He's
starts
ours,
squeaking.
so-
Squeaking.
that seems
Just
real
tweaking.
personal.
Tweaking.
He's
No,
tweaking out.
no, sorry. Last time I did detect magic on Ares, and his magic items were the ring. Oh, he had a ring. He had a magical rope, and he had a magical book, and all of them were constantly changing schools of magic. As I don't know if he was doing.
Yeah,
that
he's
to-
still an enigma to that spell. So you still get wild traces of all different kinds of magic coming from him.
I kind of just wanted to know if it was like if he knew, like testing his, if he like knew I was looking, or if it's like just a general like it's constantly doing that.
Seems to be happening right now, as it was happening before.
Cool. Yay.
So let's dispel some magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, am I dispelling this thing or not?
Yeah,
Sounds
sure.
like it.
Okay.
See if we can
Well,
dispel some warding
this
magic.
should be
I'll be
fun.
Doesn't
ready.
seem like anything's gonna go boom.
Let's dig some
Hooray.
graves, huh?
Unless
All right, so
Everyone
what's
make
the
dexterity saving
DC
throws.
on this dispel magic? Usually don't have to use its DC thing so much, so that'll be fun.
Yay!
Each that. Okay. So, on a successful track, 10 plus the spell's level. Okay. So, you need to make a ability check with your spellcasting ability. Okay, what's your spellcasting ability? That would be... What is it again? It's your wisdom, right?
Your
So, yeah.
cleric, it's a wisdom, yeah.
Yeah, so just make me a wisdom roll. And I'll tell you how it goes.
15.
Can I
Okay.
give him Flash of Genius on this? Because
Yes,
I
you
knew
can.
he was doing it.
Big brain.
A
So I get a
brain.
+4.
Beautiful.
19.
Beautiful.
Okay.
I'll point in the right direction. Be like, the ward's over here, actually.
So, yeah, you cast the spell. You feel the ward begin to lift. And you see as the heads of the statues begin to slowly turn towards you.
Oh man.
I don't like it.
You know, part of me felt like this was gonna happen.
I knew it was gonna happen.
I mean, it's
Aw.
to be expected.
It can't just be simple. The
We're
statue
literally in
can't
a
just
boss
turn.
arena, guys. This is
I
gonna have
know,
something to do, you know.
Has anyone played the nearest Elden Ring song?
Yeah, I know. What's that? Do you hear boss music?
As soon as they start to move, can I use my
Oh, there it is. There's the boss
Ring.
music. There it is.
I was like,
Found
what's the
it.
most boss music when I have ready?
Can
Found
I use
it.
my ring to get a spell slot back
Sure.
before, as they start moving?
So the heads turn. Their arms begin to lift.
Ayo.
And
Can we roll?
they seem to speak with the... Which is like... It sounds like a gravel rolling down a hill.
What?
Ignatius,
Such a gorgeous.
What does that
voice.
even mean?
you understand
Oh,
what they're
Ignatius can
saying.
understand.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Rock boy.
Yeah,
They
that
speak-
makes sense.
They speak Earth.
Oh no, I understand
You
what
hear
they're saying.
them
This is not
say,
good.
"You're not welcome here."
When are we?
We knew that.
Guys,
I don't need.
they
to
don't
speak
like
rather
us the
than
fact that
just-
we're here.
That's great.
Really? Yes. No,
That's
no
not
kidding.
surprising.
Really excited when I used the spell and they both started staring at me.
Color
No.
surprised.
We're only here for answers.
I don't think the Hawks want to.
They
talk
freeze
to
up
you.
for a moment. You see
Are
them
they
pull out
talking
weapons and
back?
just begin to stare at you.
What the heck?
Yeah.
What question?
We want to know why the tree is no longer here.
We do not know.
Something tells me this is not all that surprising us. You don't know.
Was it ever here?
We do not know.
Sure, just here to protect.
I heard a stutter in the gravel.
Speak with the
You
dead.
see one of the statues just nod a little bit.
We are wondering if there might be anything inside the tombs that you have that could possibly offer us the
No.
answers we seek. Are
Do
you saying
not
that simply-
touch the tomb.
Can we look but not touch?
No.
Can we hear but not touch?
No.
Can we smell but not touch?
No.
Man, does anyone else know what they're talking about? This is
I
crazy.
don't
Are you
know.
only
Yeah,
saying
you
this
just hear
because
them
you're
just like-
supposed
I'm just
to?
Man, your native tongue sounds like TV static.
Someone shoveling just like a pile of stones in the
Ah.
background.
I can just start scraping my foot across the floor. Maybe I can communicate with them.
I don't know. Maybe you'll accidentally curse them.
I see
Whatever.
Rex's foot being like, squeak, squeak.
Got the dogs out.
Well,
He's got that dog.
Got the
we
dogs.
do not wish to fight, but we are prepared to do so with honor.
So, you leave.
We want to, but not without the answers we seek.
No.
Okay. guys, they're trying to answer us as best they can. I think they're very one-track minded protecting these tombs, but they don't have any
Makes
answers
sense for
for us.
statues.
They are little rock. They are
I
living
don't expect
rock.
brains to be inside of them.
Do I know if they're
Yes.
Alexander? Do I know if they're golems?
Make a Arcana or
They
Nature
will-
check.
My thought was living
Arcana.
armor. The equivalent.
They are certainly not golems, whatever they are.
Okay, so they weren't made.
precious.
Nor golems, depending on how you'd like to.
How about goals?
How about constructs? How about
Is it living armor?
They
automatons?
do not appear to be constructs of any form.
Okay.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that when I move, I don't get absolutely wrecked by a living statue.
Oh, I mean, if not getting killed by a statue is really your goal, I can get you out of there. Don't worry.
I
friend.
still have detect magic up. Do I get any what are they giving off a magical presence?
They are not.
So they're like
So are they alive? Are they dead?
real people.
Rex, you
What if
see
they're
as one of
stone
them,
giants?
its hair is almost crawling across the floor towards you.
Uh.
Yeah, that's
Ugh.
accurate. Oh.
Step on it.
This is giving me the Vines flashback.
At this point, we either need to decide: do we want to attack them? It's hard.
I
to
think they've
say,
already
like, they're-
decided.
I know, but they're not mean. They're just doing their job. Like talking with them, it's really.
We're doing
obvious
our
that they're
job
not-
too.
Well, not really. We don't have to raid their tombs. We can go elsewhere.
Look,
They're getting paid minimum wage, guys.
What?
Just leave them alone.
What?
Not even that. They're getting paid nothing. They're literal statues.
We don't know
That
that.
means, they've been paid in dead bodies.
Yeah, look at that. 2 kids and an elf.
I personally am of the opinion that this might not be the best fight for us to have.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, but like I've been kind of itching. We have been doing nothing but talking and walking.
You
so
were
that's-
fighting up above the tree literally 10 minutes ago, and you want to go back into fighting now.
That was not really fighting.
strategic.
That was simply stopping.
Look, can you speak this thing? Get this thing's hair away from me. It's starting to make me uncomfortable.
Oh
Is
yeah.
it crawling towards
they're
you or
just-
something?
They're just doing their job.
Can I, how far away am I probably from Rex?
How far would you like to be? It's wherever you like to be.
Wasn't. That's probably like I don't know, like 5 to 10 feet away because I was just watching him make a circle.
Yep.
How he's drawing.
I'll step up.
Oh
next to
wait,
him.
did you ritual cast the spell?
The spell? No.
Oh
Okay,
no.
okay.
It's just like statue.
I know. I just wanted to make sure that my spell's still
Get out of here, magic.
Rex.
Be gone.
The tangled braid of hair rubs up against your foot
Not my dogs.
I think it likes you.
Ugh.
and just leaves a trail of dust.
Oh. What? What does that even
On
mean?
his foot or of his foot?
Like a slug.
Just very
Yes.
dusty braid.
Oh,
Turns
okay.
his
okay.
it turns his foot.
Can I
back.
like move my leg and like swipe it off?
You can. It
Okay.
creeps back over.
Okay.
I think it's just preparing in case we choose to fight. It just wants us to be ready.
Well, look,
Okay,
I'm about to start
weird.
swinging because it's touching me.
Well, as you can tell, they are not, it's clearly they're not interested in wanting to attack us. They're only wanting to attack us if we try and go inside the
what
tombs,
the
which they are
heck
meant to protect.
Rex?
Ew.
So I started swinging my sword.
Yeah. I started swinging my fire sword.
I love how
Hey,
Ignatius is the one who's not fighting
They
right
touch-
now,
they
and
swung
he's
first,
meant to
okay?
be
They
the
touched
fighter
me.
person.
Look, gravel speaker, talk to the statue. What's
I
happening?
have. I know
Okay,
what their
explain
choice is.
more. Why is it touching me?
we killed now.
We okay,
No.
I can promise you this: we will not attack you. We need a time to discuss. We might attack you, but can you at least wait until that point?
What?
We won't attack you prior to when we.
What do you mean? Maybe this time to discuss. We might
You
attack.
guys can't hear me. You guys can't
I
hear me.
know,
I'm talking
but
rock
just
speak.
like, what does that mean?
This is just our reaction in real life.
So
that
you
mean?
This is a real
leave
life
to
reaction.
discuss.
Yes, we want to discuss. I will not touch the tombs right now.
Oh,
But if we will come and talk with you again and let you know. And we
You
can talk about this
discuss
more.
with Master?
About to throw something.
You have a master? Or you mean my master?
My master. And you just all feel like the cave kind of shake as he plants
Oh.
his hand on his chest.
Iggy.
Mm,
What's he doing?
Gravel
Who is your
boy,
master?
speak up.
Zen
Stop calling him
Su.
that.
Oh. Is he not underneath your feet?
No.
Interesting. Do you mind if I ask, who are you protecting, then?
Wife. And cat.
Okay, that's fair. Where would we find Zensu to ask him for permission, if we were to?
He come here.
Regularly? Or is he coming now?
Not regularly. He move bodies.
Interesting. Okay. So then, if we want to speak with him, would we just need to wait here?
Yes.
Okay, and how long would that be?
Few years.
Okay. Good to know. Alright. I'm going to discuss with my friends for a moment. You guys can sit tight, stand alert in case someone else tries to attack you that's not us, okay?
Don't worry,
And then
Iggy. I
we'll be
already
right
got
back.
it.
He stay.
Who stay?
A big rocky finger is pointed at Rex.
Okay, that Rex,
I
they don't
think
mean
they like
they
you,
don't mean
Rex.
anything wrong. They want you as collateral in case we try to do something. So can you
What do
stay
you
here with
mean?
them?
Whoa, hold on, wait a
They
minute.
don't want
The
me.
braid begins to wrap around your legs, Rex.
Hey,
Oh.
hey,
I'll-
hey.
Rex, it's okay. I promise they're not going to do anything to you.
Yeah,
I'm-
sure.
I'll step up next to Rex and just throw a hand over his shoulder like a friendly gesture.
I'm just gonna
Gesture.
cross my arms and pout while this thing is wrapping around my leg like I'm.
It is okay, my friend. If you are too scared, give me the sign and give me permission.
Oh, I won't need to give you a sign.
All right,
Okay.
thank you. We will be right back. And Ignatius gestures to everyone and says, "Let's go over here for a second."
And I have to stand. I have to stand
No,
here.
you can still hear us. We're just going to be over on the side. That's all. He's fine.
I think I'm going to stay right here, frankly.
Okay, fine. Let's all go talk around Rex. I don't think they'll mind.
There we go.
Okay.
I don't think they can even understand us, considering they
So-
feel it.
What did you agree to?
I didn't agree to. Okay.
I think I
so
just got sacrificed to two
I've
statues.
not agreed to anything. I want to have some time to talk. They're not going to attack us. They just want to make sure that we aren't going to do anything to them.
Yeah, they just want to
So-
feel me up. It's fine.
Yes. Anyways, so Zenitsu is apparently their master, and they are guarding his
Underclass,
wife
underclass.
and his cat's tombs, and that is why they're here. That is
So
the
what
main gist.
So the wife
Okay,
and the
so-
cat are married here. Wow. that's
Yes, but what is interesting to me
What?
is the fact that they're very willing to negotiate. They were literally saying to me 2 seconds ago that if we wanted to, we could wait here for 4 or however long years to get permission from their master.
You are
to
out of your
these tombs.
mind if you think we're waiting here.
I'm not. I'm giving
No,
you
I
context.
think he's just using a example of.
I
Rosa.
get it,
I'm
but
not
that's not
saying what we're
happening.
doing. I'm trying to. What I'm trying to
Obviously.
do is advocate for these lovely stone figures and say that they don't mean us any harm, and that they are doing their duty.
Okay.
I have a
He said
strong
duty.
feeling that going against them is not the right choice.
You think so? Zensu is their master, no?
That is what they've told me.
I
Okay.
think we're just wasting our time.
Hear me out. Hear me out. This is a crazy theory, no? Okay.
Yes.
Every year there is a death game thrown for a wish, no? At least every couple of years. How often do they say the master comes?
Well, they said he doesn't come very regularly,
Okay.
but he does
So-
come to move the bodies of something.
Okay. And the bodies, right? Are
I know where this is going.
so they have masks, no?
Mm-hmm.
One
Okay.
of them does.
One of them has a mask. What if the person who's been coming here to shift the bodies around is the same person who is running the death games and is participating in the death games?
What if
And
this
it
guy
was a-
right here is the one who won said death game and got his wish granted and is right in front of us, dead on the ground?
Well,
This is a year old. This isn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
The
okay.
previous death game,
Yeah.
not the one going on right now.
No.
I do know that the butterfly did lose last year.
To who?
Probably this guy.
That's what I. Yeah, exactly. That's what
You
I'm
just
saying.
asked who, as if you didn't know.
But my point is, the
I-
normal winner is the butterfly, no?
I was trying to confirm my theory if he knew who
On and off.
won.
On enough.
But the butterfly is still alive, and he's
so
won before, right?
So this
Of
is my
course.
point.
This is the winner.
The butterfly,
But maybe the
So
butterfly is
when-
in on it.
maybe the butterfly is the niece Zensu.
Could be.
I mean, mayor of the town, Zensu being an important figure in the children's tale, protecting a wife and a cat.
For some reason.
Rex,
Okay, so hypothetically, if our theory is correct, do we really want to take on?
A creature of legend?
Rex, you still have that coin from before.
That I
To
do.
the chance I'll give you. Can we show it to the statues?
Can I also
Uh,
actually, before we do that, can I have the coin just for half a second? I have a theory.
Lick it over to Milo.
Can I do an Arcana check to
Yeah.
see if I sense any magic on it? Okay.
Mm. 15. You can tell it has some level of enchantment magic on it.
All right. Can I then do an instant ritual cast of Identify?
Okay.
And then I want to know. What does Identify tell me again? It is. You learn its properties, how to use them, whether it requires attunement use, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. And if the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell.
You get the sense that this has the ability to cast the friend spell, or perhaps a lesser form of suggestion,
Mm-hmm.
but nothing more than that.
Okay. Well, this is fine. I was worried that maybe it would have some kind of scrying spells built into it, but it just
Yeah.
seems like it is a.
With your checks, it doesn't seem to have any of that.
Yeah.
It's nice to know this coin is meant to murder me.
Well, the coin is not meant to murder you. I think it is just made to
It's made
Make
to
people
some
be more-
friends.
amicable. Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, flavor.
Wait.
Anytime I use identify, my sentient book explains it.
Ooh.
He talks in
everyone
French, is
here.
like, "Hello, I am his
I am the Goku.
Welcome. I have brought you information. Here you go. This is the coin."
Wait, is that the first time that the book spoke to us, though?
No, I don't think it would be.
No,
Okay.
we've definitely heard it at this point, I feel like.
Ignatius, do you still want the coin to
just-
see if we can?
It wasn't sentient
Figure out some
earlier
piece-
on.
I'm just curious
true, yeah.
because if the coin, if Milo's theory is true, then maybe these statues will recognize the coin.
That's yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'll flick it back to Rex. It's yours. I mean, I don't want it to.
I guess I could just like wave the coin and be like, "Hey,
Here,
do you recognize this?"
Let me ask them.
Yeah.
I turn to the statues. Hey, beholden stone figures who protect the wife of Zenitsu and his cat. I have a question for you.
You may call me Slate.
Okay.
Original.
Slate. Do you recognize this coin that my friend has?
No.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, checks.
Thank you. You may resume your waiting. Thank you.
Tilts his head
Okay.
a little bit, and the hair just begins to curl up around your abdomen, Rex.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
So
being violated.
They do not recognize the coin. So my guess is that perhaps not the Chancellor may not, well, be related entirely. But it
Are
also
Are
could just be
you
a coin.
sure we
regular
should
coin.
let them do that to Rex?
1 second. I'll
I
care
don't
more when I
know
come back from
if
nap.
I don't know if we, or if they see a lot of alive people to see that type of coin. Also, yeah, if they don't stop soon and I start summoning a firebolt,
They're already
gonna
wrapping
singe
around
them
his
in.
abdomen.
I wouldn't.
I would
worry
hit it
about
at the ground, like the one.
I think it's fine. I think I have a way out if necessary.
Hey.
Ignatius,
What?
tell them to stop or they're gonna get split
Well,
ends.
they'll stop if we stop talking, so that's all I need to confirm.
So we can just leave. Like I said, I think my theory is that these routes will take us to at least Bonsai, if not Kapuk. Obviously the Yuan-Ti come down here to worship and stuff. So there's probably a way through the mountain.
I mean, I'm down for that personally.
Still, how would you know where to navigate?
Bonsai's at the top of the mountain. Do we really think the roots go all the way up?
No, but I just mean like I feel like Sequoia's roots have spread out so much that there might be like entrances and stuff into Bonsai, not into like the tree Bonsai, but like the area. That
Yeah, but
Bonsai
there's no
resides
way to
in.
know which way we're going, is there?
The roots bend and twist. And...
I can make a compass. I just need a little
I
bit
just
of
don't
water.
know if that's the best idea.
I mean, if
I mean,
that is
I'm
the
down
case-
for whatever. I just want to get out of here and hope Rex can escape.
Rex escaping is not an issue. I would not worry about that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Is this big plan just so you can run off to some other tree?
Well, we're not gonna get any information here. What are we gonna do?
Do we
What's
want
your
to go
suggestion?
up the hole? Or
We can
go
go back
through the
but we have-
tunnels?
We have
There's two
guards hot on our
options.
butts.
We take a vote.
I mean,
My vote is I can't go anywhere without.
there
this
is one
hair.
more option.
We kill ourselves.
Well, no, that is an option, but not a good one. Well, I was also thinking. I mean, there is this
Yeah.
fact that
Damn.
Titan's Watch is in the area, and there is that other group. I mean, I know it's crazy, but is it a bad idea for us to maybe team up with them and take down the Chancellor?
Yes, but we don't have time to. I don't have time to explain my theory right now on why we
Also,
should.
we haven't even met them, so we don't even know what they look like.
From what I
I
hear,
also
they're
think that taking
sassy.
down the Chancellor would also
It caused a lot of problems.
Remember what we heard
destabilizing
about them,
continental
though?
thing.
I agree.
They're
cost a lot.
not nice. I don't think they're just gonna team up with us. This is a competition for them.
Right.
It's not even just that. You want to take on a chancellor, which is taking on an entire city, basically.
I just want to do my job.
I mean, maybe at least the Chancellor could. I mean, maybe he would just give us the answers and let us go.
I
I
don't
very
think that
much
we can
doubt
do
that.
our job as Titans Watch to hold these trees up. The reason why we came to this continent in the first place, when there's no tree.
There's just not a tree here. There are other trees. Mother Myrtle still needs our help.
No, I know. That's what I meant. There's no tree here. So like
We plant another one.
maybe, but also these guys aren't going to give us any information. So moving forward is probably our best bet. If we go back, we're going to get arrested.
I mean, you are kind of in the dirt with us too, brother. I'll be honest.
I don't know about you, but they can go look at the trees. You and I going back home.
How do you plan to
Mhm.
get out of here?
I will go. If we can at least maybe.
How you say Zoom?
Ah, yes,
Not
we will
spoof.
zoom. Yes, we will zoom.
Hmm.
This
I
is
can
more
do
of a
that too.
proof
I just don't want to pull
monetization.
this hair with me.
We don't talk about that.
See, isn't it?
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. That's not how it works. I mean, I'm not opposed to going with you to soccer. I would hope that I at least get some time to do some research on what is happening.
I certainly intend to do the same.
Maybe it is something that we could work together on. For all
So
time's sake.
what are we
Assuming that they
doing?
do not punish you too severely.
I mean, I'm
Nice.
sure if you show any good work for me, they will.
I'm sure your
I am
brother can
still
show up at your
undecided.
jail cell,
We
apparently.
keep moving to find more answers. We're not going to find
Was-
answers up there because they're going to keep it all hidden from us.
All
We'll
right.
go find answers in these tombs.
Yep.
Okay.
Same.
All right. I'm gonna tell the statues we're not gonna fight them. They'll back off.
Okay.
Let's see.
Hope.
Okay. Statues, I've talked with my friends. We are no longer going to attack you. You may stay alert, but we're gonna go our own way. If you would please remove yourself from my friend, then that would be appreciated.
So, no fighting.
No fighting.
And you talk to Master?
I don't know where he is, so I've not talked with him yet. No.
He looks at the other statue.
Oh.
We could call him.
Oh, you could do that. Yeah. Actually, hold on 1 second. Guys, they can call Zenitsu. Should
And
I
do
say
it.
yes to
Yes.
that? Okay.
Yes.
Do they have a phone?
I just want to make sure it's not gonna cause some person to
I
come and kill us.
know. I mean, this is probably likely, but let's be real.
We don't
We're
have
kind of
phones.
on the run from the law, anyways. So
We're
here
probably
we are.
going to die down here, so
Alright.
it doesn't matter.
Yes, you may call Zenitsu your master, please.
Okay. It very slowly and gently places a hand on the grave. And just sits there.
Is it ringing?
What's he doing?
Oh, it just gone straight to voicemail yet again.
Takes his hand off of it and just goes back to looking at you.
Did you call him?
So now I feel more uncomfortable.
Yes. When we touch the grave, he comes.
I see. And how long will it take for him to get here?
Depends how busy.
Okay. Can we go explore these tunnels for a little bit and then come back?
He stays.
Ah!
Actually, could I stay instead of him? He seems very uncomfortable.
Yes.
No, not.
Okay.
Wait.
And almost like a whip, this one's braid of hair comes and wraps completely around you.
Cool. Okay. All right.
Iggy!
I'm fine. I've made a swap. I'll stay here with them as collateral. Rex, rest of you can go explore tunnels for a little bit.
I'm not
Zenitsu
leaving
will
you.
be here some point in time. But I know you're feeling
I'm
uncomfortable, Rex, and I don't
staying.
mind having stone tendrils around me. I'm used to it.
I'm not getting
Used
lost
to
down
it.
here. Just
What
for
kind
you
of
to
stuff
get
are you
captured.
into?
Kinky.
Yeah.
The good stuff.
I'm not leaving Iggy here alone, so I'm staying too.
Oh my.
Well, I am leaving before they change their mind.
Yes, I mean, it's not my decision where I'm going. Huh?
So, what is the plan?
We go for a walk.
You can stay or you can walk.
Yeah, go explore. I have to stay here.
We'll
I
be
stay.
meeting Zensu pretty soon, so
I'll call for you guys when he shows up.
yeah.
We have the Rocky Talkies.
Yep, that I do.
I don't know who has the other one. Is it Iggy?
It's
I think
both,
it.
no?
No, I think it's you still, because we called them. when
Sure,
we-
it's
I probably
Rex,
have
no?
it back at this point.
I think it's
Yeah.
Rex and Anemone.
We have two.
Those.
And then Milo has the scroll of
Correct.
the mess.
Roll of SMS.
All right, you guys go adventure. I'll let you know when this person shows up.
Okay.
I
You guys
walk.
just walk off into one of the random tunnels?
I walk.
Do you like pick
fo-
one that's roughly north or something? I guess.
I
Yes,
just
sir.
follow wherever Milo goes. and then
Eeny, meeny, miny, that one.
I'll just bring my dancing lights up.
So, dancing lights erupt around you. The cave appears to be well lit, and you can see within the sides of this wall. Some of the walls are covered in different amounts of moss and lichen, but others you can still see where different tendrils of the roots must have snaked further into the earth. Some very small hair-like ones, and others
I mean,
larger.
it is pretty impressive that a tree could just suddenly disappear, especially one this ingrained in the earth. Kaboom!
This seems to be done by some sort of magic,
Yeah,
not evocation.
definitely evocation.
Someone with some real damage.
Evocation. So, maybe take a break from the tree talk for just a minute, huh? How's everyone doing?
I don't know. I was just violated.
I mean, you are just violated, yeah.
So I'm doing great.
I was really tempted to just teleport you out of there, but then I was kind of afraid that you'd get a stone whip to the back.
Sure, I would have been violated further.
Yeah, that was the fear. All right. Good talk.
Great
good talk,
conversation.
Good talk. Whew.
You all continue through the cave, and eventually you start to see less moss and more mycelium structures. You see
Okay.
mushrooms and different tendrils beginning to stretch around.
How
Maybe this
far?
is-
How long have we been walking?
A few hundred feet, no more than that.
This is maybe the part where we turn around.
Yeah.
I don't think we should want to deal with the what is it? I just don't remember what they are called. The mycelium people. The mushrooms.
There was people.
Oh yes, they are
remember that.
living creatures. They
There's-
live.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
creatures, but no, I didn't think there was people.
I mean,
More
they're
random
like
creatures
mushroom.
I get to meet.
I'm
Exciting.
sorry, mushroom creatures.
Hmm.
Talking trees, talking
creatures who-
mushrooms.
Are controlled by mushrooms.
Yeah, mushroom creatures and controlled by mushroom creatures. Creatures controlled by mushroom creatures.
Ah, so it's like
This
a
is
disease.
why
Oh.
people don't go in the
Delphin.
Titan.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
We may be in the Titan right now.
What part do you think we're
Oh,
in? Like
for
the left
sure.
femur, maybe?
No,
Is
I
it
think
that?
we're up by the we're up by the shoulder or like mid chest.
How does one even identify that? We're in
Researchers.
like a cave.
Did the
Well, you
Agarica
see
even have
in my mind's eye, aka my second monitor, the shape of
that? My
I don't-
mind's eye.
Yeah, huh?
looks like it's got where Willow and Maple is like the two legs that are like curved like this, and then you get the chest, and then the arm is like kind of like that. Like
So we in the belly button
hook
right
goes
now?
to the elbow,
That's
Off-
my thought.
Out of meta. That's
and then Myrtle is the head.
the little birdie toys.
It kind of looks like a screwed up dolphin.
What?
With wings.
It's a fucked up dolphin.
I think it looks like a mermaid.
Some say
I'm
that
telling
the
you.
Titans look like dragons. I don't see it personally.
You know what? I could see it.
I mean, that's why that damn thing was still touching me.
Oh, I mean, it is probably if they are dragons, the tombs were in the iconic.
Oh, I could if
They
you
were
really want
protecting a lizard and a
conversation-
cat.
Milo, I have a conversation. Now that we've been walking for 100 feet and we're gonna walk back 100 feet,
Yeah, yeah.
I can tell you. So my theory with the saviors or whatever, I think, here's the thing, they've always been a step behind us, right? That was like the thing, and that's why they're mad at us. But they have been said to, like, I don't know, always win their competitions. And I have a theory that what if they're killing the competition? Hear me out. They're doing the same job as us. We find Iggy and his entire group mind controlled, dead, and out of this competition.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
What if the whole Cameo thing with Iggy's team was a setup so that the saviors could come in and do their job, but we were already there and then we completed the job, so then the bartender, I don't remember his name, said,
Is this one always like this?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
get
this
used
is
to it.
actually pretty common.
You get used to it.
It's out of
It's
nowhere.
real fun. You should hang out with us, my friend.
My apologies. Continue on your webs.
Oh, that was just my thing. So that's why I'm thinking like we should stay away from the saviors, because I have a strong feeling that they're gonna try and kill us, because we're in like actual like neck and neck leagues now, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're like the best team in the all of Titans Watch. They're
That's what
probably
they
the best
think.
because they cheated.
I mean, I suppose if it was a competition of actual rules and sets, then yeah. But this is not a competition of rules. In fact, they just sort of killed people according to your series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They would
so
just make
I-
them normal criminals.
But it's like stage stuff. So like Iggy's whole team got under Kameo's thing, but like that could have been passed off as an accident. And I unfortunately I couldn't find any like newspaper clippings or like their past like achievements or whatever. Like no one's really written about them, but I'm still in search because I want to either prove my theory or not prove my theory. I want to know.
I mean, I am fault for not engaging with them. And frankly, Giovanni has become more and more untrustworthy as the days have gone.
This is what goes on behind the scenes at Titans Watch?
It's a lot of chaos.
To be honest,
This is what goes on in my head.
friend, I was forced to join Titans Watch because I was kicked out of the academy.
This is why no one likes them.
I was sick of being homeless.
Titans Watch was the academy. Oh, well, I mean, if you have such a big opinion, I have a question for you while we are walking.
Fire away.
What exactly, you joined the tournament, I assume for the exact same reason my scaly friend here also did. To get a
Yes.
wish?
More so for this spot.
I'm sure
I
this
think
is
his
just...
wish was to find you.
Well, his wish would have
Wish
been
granted.
granted. But I was
Was that
wondering
would
if
have
you
been a
were
waste of a wish?
yeah, if you were to win, what is exactly that you had wished for?
To be honest with you, I had not thought about it.
Really, I could think of at least one or two things that you could wish for.
If you want me to say I would wish for a solution, a cure to my curse, then sure. But this is a part of me now.
I'm
Changing
glad-
that would change who I am.
That is fair, and I'm glad to hear that you are fully accepting of what has happened. Maybe it is something
I
that
would
we
not
can.
say accepting.
More like deals with.
Rex, you're not helping. Shut up.
If one
Just
could
saying.
go back and switch places with someone, perhaps I would. But now,
It is
it's
a
hard
dream.
to say.
I mean, if I could experience nightmares, I'm sure it is one that would come back day after day after day.
Indeed.
But the good news is, I am getting closer to a cure.
Good.
To what?
A cure. Did you not hear what I
cure.
said?
No,
A cure.
it's not. It was a little bit under your breath, and the
Yeah,
accent that got lost
My
a little
accent
bit.
is.
Does this one not speak Elvish?
No, they speak Elvish, but
Nice information to spread around. Yeah.
I have dabbled in learning it. I'm not very good.
They are not exactly a pro. They know the basics. If you and I were to have a conversation, it is unlikely they would be able to understand the full context.
Bonjour.
There you go.
Comment ça va?
Comment ça va? The pronunciation
I
is...
suppose I get the gist of it.
Yeah, it is rough.
That's
So does your brother also know Draconic, or is it just you? Because I'm still mad about that.
Why would I
don't know,
not
dude.
know Draconic?
What the hell? What?
It's not that uncommon to learn, you know.
That's not the point.
Uh-huh.
The point is we've been traveling together for so long, and you just never said anything about it.
I would say
Why
it's
did-
one of the more interesting languages.
Thanks, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with him. It is one that I studied quite a bit.
I'm just
extensively.
saying, there's a lot of conversations we could have
growly.
had if I knew this information.
Do you not speak the same language?
No, never mind. It's just
I think he is a bit
private
upset.
conversations.
Oh,
Private-
so you want to talk about us behind her back, huh?
Yes,
Hmm.
Very well.
when it is
Good to know.
needed. Not even just
Good to
that, just
know.
information between us. That should stick between us.
Oh, I see. If you are trying to talk to me, if he could understand me and you...
That would have been great. Would have been awesome to know.
no.
Really would have been great.
It is it is quite common
You
for
and
our
we
village.
have your little elvish thing. Figured, we could have a draconic thing, but apparently
Well,
I just didn't know.
I mean, as soon as Arcus is gone and we can continue our adventures, I mean, I am all for speaking
No,
Draconic.
it doesn't matter. I don't care if your brother hears us. I really don't care. He's gonna know anyways. One way or another.
I have only
I
been
mean-
with you all for what? A day?
Yes,
And I know so much.
You're welcome.
Yet so little at the same time.
It's
Way too much, one would say.
I have definitely found a place where I fit in a bit more in the times since.
Fitting is one way of putting it, yes.
How would you
Eh.
put it?
Well, not to mean any offenses, but yes, if you put a bunch of miscellaneous pieces of trash into a trash bin, they all fit.
How can you start something with no offense and then say one of the most offensive things? How can you do that? That's not how that works. You can't just like commandeer yourself by starting. No offense, but that's not how that works. It still is offensive. It still hurts.
Then you have permission to be offended.
I don't need your permission.
I'm pretty sure
What are
Wick's
you
already offended before
Trying
you
to get from
gave that.
You offended me the moment I saw your face. Okay.
Fine, if you want to
You're-
hear it differently, you can put a bunch of different ingredients into an omelette. It's still an omelette as long as it has eggs.
Who's the egg though? It's
I
me.
think we
I wanna
are-
be. Can I be the egg?
We are all the eggs. That's the point.
No, but he's saying different ingredients, so like peppers and like bacon.
What ingredients would you like to be?
I want to be the egg.
Then you can be the egg.
Yes.
Yeah, she's the glue that keeps it all together.
You betcha.
I'd argue Iggy's the glue that keeps us all together, but
No, it's me. I'm the leader, guys.
no, you're the mom. That's a very different point.
And
I don't
I'm,
wanna
the,
be the
I'm the cheese in the middle, slowly
No.
being burnt away ever
Rex
so
is the
slowly.
mom. I refuse to be
No,
mom.
Rick's disappointed uncle.
The alcoholic disappointed uncle.
That one, yeah.
I am not the mom.
You're not the mom.
Unless I'm Stacy's mom.
Oh,
She's got it going on.
Yes,
she does gotta go.
Yada 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 yada.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, I was
back in
about to
the
say, I was
larger
like,
Yeah, you want to cut away from us and
We're
destroy.
gonna keep improv if you don't.
Iggy, Anemone, rock people, you're all in the cavern.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing has changed yet. Iggy's still wrapped up by someone else's hair.
Are you sure you're comfortable?
I'm more than fine. To be honest, it's not very hurtful. I really don't know why Rex was complaining about it so much. This is probably the softest rock touch I've ever felt in my life.
Wait, how soft?
Well, I mean, it's like,
Do I need to be jealous?
well, it's like if gravel was to go across. It's like when you put your feet into the sand at the beach. It's kind of got that softness. It still feels gritty, but it's firm.
Okay.
Here, I hold up my hand. Do you want to feel it? I'm sure that they wouldn't mind.
I'm okay. What do you want to do now?
Well, we could talk about more things if you want.
Like what? I like talking.
Well, we made our decision. Our friends have gone off and done their thing. We're here to solve our mysteries.
Yeah.
And I mean, not much has changed in the last 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
No.
But I'm still
At that
glad
moment, you each hear fluttering
What's
from
that?
the cavern above you.
You think that's what's his name? Should I call the others?
I don't know if snake people have wings.
Is that who we're waiting for?
I believe so. I go up to. Does your master have the ability to fly?
Yes.
Does that sound like him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Jesus Christ.
that's him. They say it sounds like him.
And without another moment, immediately before you lands a familiar figure. The butterfly himself. Not in a butterfly costume, but in this...
Oh, he didn't bring his costume with? Oh, man.
No. But he does have what appears to be a magnificent set of teal and purple butterfly wings erupting from his back.
I'm gonna turn and pretend to cough and be like, he's here, into the walkie-talkie.
Hello.
He's here.
Hello.
Chancellor.
Hi, person.
Alright, so it appears we all found a little secret down here.
Yes. We did.
Mm-hmm.
And what do y'all think of it?
Well,
Sorry for your loss.
yeah.
I like your
Sorry
accent,
it
though.
was-
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, so is this the part where I have to kill you?
No.
I don't think that'll be
Your statue
necessary.
said we could talk with you. So I wish to talk with you.
Right. Like your shale? Slate? Back to you doing what you will. Right. He reaches and grabs what appears to be a shield off his back and just attaches it to his bracer. What would we like to talk about? Also, your friends are coming.
Yes, they are.
Great.
I could have kept that a secret, but
You already
sure.
knew. We can tell them no.
I mean, you
They're
seem
not
to be
coming.
all going around together, so...
I just don't want to have any more secrets at this point.
We just want to know what's going on.
Because we're here to help.
We're not here to cause trouble. We're here to protect the trees, and then obviously being here to protect the trees, it's kind of bound out that we're
My
going to find out
apologies,
that there's not a tree.
Going to be a little difficult for you.
You don't say. So, can I ask what happened to it?
Might as well wait for your friends to arrive. Oh, here they come now.
Yeah. Friends, butterfly, friends. Anyways, what happened to the tree?
I know. I danced with him. He's a very fine
Rex,
dancer.
Milo, you were right. I'm sorry for doubting you. I thought the statues would know more.
Hey, we were right.
Wait, what you? Hold up. That is like quite a huge drop.
Go.
If you would be so kind and not offend my friends, they came with me from another plane of existence. So
The statues?
Is that why they're so confused?
What
I mean, I
plane?
kind of like them.
Like a Boeing 477.
very much like this one.
I like
friendly.
That. That's not really what I was looking for.
So
but
the
okay.
tree.
You wouldn't know
Yes.
it. So the tree is gone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
pretty
yeah,
pretty
We
noticeable.
noticed. Yep.
If I tell you the secret, can you promise all to keep it?
I mean, you just threatened to kill us.
XOXO Gossip Girl.
So
We'll keep it
So
secret if
is
it
that a
means the protection of the
yes?
tree.
might as well tell us. Yes. We'll keep your little
I
secret.
mean, really, one of two things is going to happen. Either we keep the secret or you're going to attempt to kill us regardless. So let's figure, you might as well say it.
Yeah, and I've already seen you murder one Dragonborn. I'd rather not be second.
Right. You all know what can happen. So,
I really want Zakis to be the
so the tree's
Kiss.
gone. I
Yep.
may have made a mistake a couple hundred years back.
A couple hundred.
Well, no, that is not surprising.
All right.
You really want me to explain the whole story?
Yeah.
We do.
Right.
We are sponges
so,
for your knowledge.
how much do you know? I suppose we'll start with that.
Nothing.
Well, this is a grave site.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was a story made up for us children back in the day, but apparently not.
Oh, they wrote about that, did they? Yeah.
Of course they did.
Are the tombs related to the story of why the tree is gone?
Very much so, yeah. Very much so. Not as directly as you might think it would be, but yes, very much so. So, I'm rather old.
You don't look
Okay,
it.
well, that one we kind of figured out. So
Yeah, he did just say a couple hundred
Yeah,
years.
you didn't really
That
need
was
to
a-
elaborate that one.
It's
You guys didn't hear the music stop? It was supposed to be like a
Yeah, that was
slapstick
weird.
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's like
First
Alright,
boss
so
music,
you-
now that.
Are you hearing this ish? Aris, he's a couple hundred years old. It's okay.
Agarica's a very magical
You're-
place. That's why I
What
came
about
here
your
so many years ago.
stroke.
I mean, honestly, you probably know our parents.
Right, you can
Such a
call me
good
Zensu.
Yeah, Zensu. This is fair.
Oh, I thought it was Zenitsu.
Zensu?
bad.
No, Iggy has just continuously been calling him Zenitsu. Sons of Clive and Flesh and all that, you
Oh,
know?
it's your fault. Okay.
Translation of the chord. Chords is not ever perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I came here roughly 1,000 years ago.
1,000.
Yeah, myself and my daughter came here and brought some others with us.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Try again.
The one that's dead.
I
Right?
thought
Oh,
this
that's
was
your
the
wife.
wife.
No, this is his
Wife and cat.
And his
The
cat.
wife I
Wait.
met further along, yes.
Is cat the what? Oh, wait, no. Cat is just a cat, I'm assuming.
Cat-
Just let
is
the
in-
poor guy explain and we'll figure it out.
Can
Cat-
he just tell the story? Thank you.
So I came here with my daughter Cat. Right.
Okay.
Oh, her name is Cat. I see.
Yeah. And yeah, we ended up leading a lot of my people here.
Well, sorry, yeah.
They used to be a terrible, murderous folk. Half my family killed each other. The other half tried to kill me.
I know that one.
I ended up killing up the rest.
Congratulations.
And of course that didn't help anything, so went on quite a few adventures myself to find a home for the rest of my people, where they didn't have to sacrifice their own children to live.
Yeah, Rex, he's just like you.
Yeah, it turns out there's places like that wherever you go.
Yeah.
But we made it here. Met my wife. Things were good. Built up around here, the locals were friendly. And eventually we began to grow old. Eventually, my daughter grew old a little faster than the rest of us. And she passed. Old age. Not too happy about that. Less happy when my wife died.
Are you telling me you get more about your wife than your daughter?
Not
Sorry.
important.
Yeah, continues the story, my bad.
She was adopted anyway, but it's not important.
You can't just drop that on me like that, huh?
It's really, that's not the point of the point of the story. Is I did everything to try to get them back. Tried to bargain with the Titan. Tried to bargain with everyone here. Tried to bargain with the tree itself. Till Sequoia, when it was still as grand as you see it now, did offer to bring my daughter back. And my wife. So I took whatever deal, I agreed to whatever it wanted me to do. As we all see now, that didn't work. They're dead. No tree. I'm still here.
Yeah, I was about to say you're still here.
Turns out I took the tree's immortality for myself.
So you accidentally killed the tree?
Or the tree gave itself to me, I don't quite know.
So then you're the tree then.
Okay,
in a sense.
I don't feel like a tree.
Yeah, but you get what I mean.
Sure, I might have
I mean,
the
maybe
same...
in the morning you do.
Fuck off.
Wow.
That was a good one. I haven't had a joke like that in quite a bit.
Wow. Wow.
That was
Look, there's
really
always a
good
time
one.
for stuff like this. I used to work at a circus. There's worse.
Man threatens
You
our
pitch
life and you make a
tents
morning wood
for a
joke
living?
towards him.
He's definitely
Right.
pushing things.
Yeah, so I... Whatever, I did swallow the tree. Whatever I did. Well, look, normally I swallow swords.
How'd you learn how to do that?
Circus is a crazy place.
Well, I just recently bought a new sword and I'm looking for a sheath.
Right, that one doesn't really have a double entendre to it. It's just either very
No.
directly rude or not funny at all.
Too direct for him.
Minus 1 charisma. Don't worry about it.
So yeah, I may have gotten rid of the tree. Normally I just, swear my soul to different aspects, and now it's through the tree and it didn't work exactly the same way. No, don't get too crazy. Just to...
Huh? No, actually, I was going to be serious about this one. I mean, so in a way, you have absorbed the tree, become one of the tree. You can grant it wishes, I assume. This is the whole point of the...
Not really. I'm just a powerful man. I can give most people what they want.
I'm assuming most of the things that people wish for are like either fame or riches.
Hey, riches, problem solved. You can make things happen.
And half the time you win the competition anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Been a good spot.
So
Do like
what
me some
about...
games?
Did you kill this guy?
Yeah, what about the other bodies down here, and why do you come down here and move them?
Right.
One quick, just like, did you?
If we let's play a game then. Anyone have any idea why I would move the bodies?
I'm assuming
You
because
first, yeah.
we have some friends who may or may not have wanted to spread said information you just told us.
Okay, maybe not. How about you next? He points at Anemone. Why do you think I moved the bodies?
I don't know why the bodies are down here in the first place.
Genasi, why do you think?
Do you move them so they don't get eaten?
Nope. Eladrin, what about you?
I mean, it's as possible they are part of the ritual that keeps this place warded.
Nope, finally you.
Why do you move the bodies?
I don't think any of us know why you move the bodies.
I mean,
because
it kind of
they're
relies
on
on
the
the.
gravesite.
I'll move the bodies so
of
there's
his
not dead
wife and
bodies
kid.
on my family's
Yeah,
grave.
there you go.
Yeah, we
Alright.
got there
Oh.
eventually.
That was my second theory.
All assuming the worst dark rituals and all that now.
Can you either Alexander or Butterfly? So the deal that he made, it just
Backfired.
ended up that the tree. But like how? Like did like one not take part of the bargain? Like did like someone fail on their end and it?
That's what it sounds like the way he tells it.
But if
So-
he's the one who got the immortality, then clearly Sequoia was the one that failed on its end of the bargain. Wait a minute.
Go on, Grand Blast.
Lick brain.
Did you win the bargain between Sequoia because it couldn't bring back your family? So instead you gained its immortality because it failed to do its end of the bargain? Like you did your end, but what you wanted was your family to be resurrected and it couldn't meet those things, so the
Yeah, it might be
deal
something
was-
like that. Look, all I know is it didn't work. I was ready to give everything to get my family back, and instead I am cursed to live without them for the rest of what might be eternity.
Well, not necessarily. There is the other side, after all.
He's immortal.
Yeah, I mean,
his family. What could have gone to either side?
I guess.
yeah, but like, the thing is, even if his family were to come back to this side of the plane, they would still not remember him. He
No,
would
not
remember them,
necessarily,
but it would not be the
but-
same for him.
Look, I don't know what some of you do around here, but that's still weird to me.
I mean, it's not something that I actually partake in. I mean, the Elogen, once we pass, we become one with the world again.
I suppose I just always left him here to keep him close. And maybe one day Sequoia will take good on its offer.
I mean, it is not impossible that.
If I could swallow a 1,000-foot tree whole, I suppose anything's possible.
Well, I mean, that would explain why the tree disappeared so quickly.
Gotta
So
lose-
why do you keep the tree as an illusion? Is it just to keep the faith of the people?
Yeah, if everyone knew I had a tree, then it's bad news. Not only for my people, but for
I mean, yeah.
the
I
locals
mean,
as well.
If people knew you had 100,000-foot tree, I mean, they'd be all over you.
You don't have to keep doing that. It's already established that the jokes are there. You found them. Now we're moving on.
Oh
past that.
no, I meant like if they are knowing that you have a 1,000-foot tree that grants wishes, they would be all over you. They would be.
Well, I
wishing for
don't
things.
have a 1,000-foot tree because it's gone.
No,
Well,
but
I
you
mean,
have power.
They may
grant
think
them
you have the
wishes, so
power
they'd,
to
like,
grant the wishes,
they'd
even
like
if you do
try
not.
it, and they'd like string you up, and they'd make you do wishes for them.
Yeah.
What if the tree did hold its part of the bargain and gave you the power to bring your family back?
I mean, is this something you've tried?
Didn't
Yeah,
work?
I feel like he.
Well,
kinda
I
makes
think it might be a little bit more
bad.
complicated than that.
Oh,
That
I'm
was the
sorry.
worst
but I don't really have that kind of powers. That was why I was bargaining with the tree in the first place.
Well, hold
I
on.
can make illusions really well.
But
Bringing people from the
Rex-
dead, not my thing.
Rex, can do you know any magic like that?
I know life transfer.
I know a way to bring people back, but it has to be within a minute of death.
But
Not
maybe we
Likewise.
can
Years.
modify
So
that
not hundreds
spell.
of years.
But wait,
no.
What if we take that spell and because you're doing it, those limitations don't apply to you because you're so powerful? Like, what if you had that spell and maybe we modify the ritual a little bit? You could bring them back. You just don't have the knowledge necessarily right now to do it.
Are we talking about revivify or are we talking about life transfer?
Revivify.
Okay.
Anything.
I was gonna
No.
say, because that'll kill me, and I'd rather not die.
Why did you offer it?
Well, it was just something I thought of. I didn't think, sacrifice my whole life to, no offense, to bring back your wife and kid.
I have Revivify. It's not gonna work in this sense.
It's for desperate measures.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, there are quite a few ways to get wishes. A tree is not
If
the
you
only
come
way.
one way across another one, then let me know. I've kind of admitted defeat a long time ago.
I mean, it is possible. All you really need to do is wish for the right thing, not to bring them back because they are not gone.
I don't
Is
have
there-
magical ability to grant wishes, I'm sorry.
I mean, it is something that I can learn.
Sorry?
It would need quite a few decades, but it is not impossible.
I mean, Milo can copy spells, so if he can get a spell that's like that.
My book is living.
Here, let me just pull a wish for people to come back alive spell.
Yeah, we gotta
Yes,
talk
here you
about
go.
that because that was really weird earlier.
What? That my book is sentient?
Yeah,
It is just a part of my own sentience. The book, unlike me, will live forever.
it was
Kind of
it
the same with me and my sword, it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean,
it
it's
threw me
very
off.
similar.
Wait a minute. So hold on. I'm not saying that we're going to. I'm thinking in hypotheticals. If you were to die,
If I was to die.
no.
Oh.
The butterfly or Zensu, sorry.
Right.
If you were to die, would your soul go into the sword, and then if I like held the sword, you would talk to me?
I don't know, I never died before.
Also, where did that come from?
I don't know. I just thought that'd be
He
cool
was
to
talking
like
about
Getting
how
have.
back
focused
on
actually on
Wick's
swords.
intrusive
Toxic.
thoughts are just coming in and out of her head right now, just being like, what if he
Yeah.
died?
Y'all
What
let her.
happened?
Y'all let her cook like 2 seconds ago. She's gonna keep cooking.
There's another question. If the sword were to be disenchanted or destroyed, what would happen to you?
It's a Horcrux.
I don't know, I've lost my sword before I had to get a new one. It's the type of magic I do.
I think we might be deviating.
It
a
does.
bit from
I
A
don't
little
think
far
Yeah.
off the path? Yeah.
I've
I-
been magical with the sword long before I met either of them, so.
So you can just replace your sword at any time.
I don't think
Do
the
you
sword
see a
is
sword on
important.
me? He's not holding a sword, he doesn't have a sheath or anything on his body at the point.
But you can summon it. Can you be like poof?
Yeah, I saw it
And how-
firsthand.
Yeah, he,
I don't want to see it again.
Okay, so you can summon a sword.
of course, yeah, right.
I mean, it is not impossible.
have-
to
I
summon a
have-
sword.
I have theories.
So the sword is bound to your soul, no?
Basically, yeah.
So if we were to...
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that... what is it that you want? Would you... You want your family to come back, or would you like to join them? These are two different questions.
I don't really know. I guess come back would be great. We built this beautiful thing. Be nice if they saw it. It's a little less beautiful now that the giant tree that kind of makes everyone proud around here is a lie, but wouldn't be the first
If-
time I've lied.
We figured out a way to bring your family back and to put the tree back. Would you let us do that?
Yeah, I'd grant you all the wishes I can.
I mean, I can find a way to get the tree out of you. It is not impossible to separate. I mean, it is possible. If the tree was a living creature, it might be that there are multiple souls living inside of your body at this moment.
It wouldn't be surprising at this point.
And something like that is not impossible. I mean, you can trap the soul of someone in a crystal.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, this is not very. I mean, it takes time and energy.
Funny enough, that's
And
kind of how I got
resources.
my hands on this place in the first place.
A crystal to this place. This
Well,
plane?
no, there's a different plane, someone very powerful trapped in a crystal, so I was able to take things that they were not able to do anything about.
I mean, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Game's a game.
Magic's confusing.
So,
let me get this. Oh,
I
sorry,
mean, it's
go
also
ahead,
not entirely impossible for me to tap into and unlock. I mean, it is possible that maybe when you're so fused with the tree that it was imperfect. As in, you are one with the tree, but it did not give you its powers.
Sure.
Which means if... Milo just sort of glances at Aris. I mean, it is possible if one could untangle your weave. That you would be granted the power to grant wishes.
That is possible, but unlikely as well.
I mean, is it worth a shot?
Just another question to clarify. Are you gonna kill us or are you gonna let us go?
Yeah, I think I kind of like you. It wouldn't give me any reason to kill you, I'm sure.
Honestly, I kind of want to help you.
Same.
Honestly,
I mean-
I'm down to take the gamble.
Seeing, I mean, sounds like if we help him, it might help us in the process and possibly bring Sequoia back, which I guess is our end goal. And I mean, I think the tree might have already tried to grant his wish because, well, trees.
Well, he's already protected my life, so he's got my vote towards helping.
I mean,
Grand.
I think that you and I are some people that could see eye to eye, so I'm all for helping you as well.
I suppose do what you can if there's any chance of you lot fixing this all. I'll take it. Obviously, don't tell anyone the giant trees are fake.
Of course, we'll keep that.
I mean,
under
obviously,
wraps.
this is not going to be helpful to us.
We'll go to jail if we do. It seems
mean,
like
I'm-
anyone who
I
talks
don't
about
think
it is
jail's
like,
a concern. I think maybe the first
Making
great
chaos?
war this continent's ever had in
Yeah.
the first place is...
well,
Like, I've
I
never seen
only-
anything like that happen here, but, you know, if suddenly the biggest tree in the whole continent went disappearing and a continent full of people who worship the trees, then there might be some problems with that.
I
That
only
writing,
said
some,
that because of the guards. They were
Yeah.
kind of mad at us talking about it.
I was just about to ask, do the guards know the secret? Because if they don't, they saw us go in the tree.
I'll fix
And
that
that
later.
might be an issue. Okay. That being said, can you also get us just clearance to not get arrested if we go back up to the surface?
Yeah, sounds like two birds with one stone to me.
Cool. That being said, thirdly, how do we get out of here?
Also, is it possible that we could get maybe some more personalized quarters to do research? It
Where have you
is-
been staying?
Basically in the equivalent of this town's hostel.
AKA Titan
Sentinel?
headquarters.
No, oh yeah, no, it is. It's a Sentinel.
Yeah. The food's great in the morning. It's just, you know.
It's also
Well,
not
it's
real.
magic.
I'll never do
Yeah, it's
that.
Yeah.
like good.
Well, it's not really. It's sort of conjured by our caretaker.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You ever been to the Leaky Hag before?
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately.
Now there's a place.
I have never mixed elven wine in anything before. I do not know what you are talking about, and I would never do such a thing.
It was an experience.
Clearly not. You'd probably be dead right now if you did. So,
Oh,
Ooh.
don't you worry. We tried. We tried.
Let's just say it is a gift that my brother found me before his death did.
all right. Well, good luck. I gotta go get back to the tournament. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
wait,
But
wait, wait,
how do we get out of
wait.
here? Also, is Iggy free at this point?
From the hair.
I
Probably
assume
not.
Ignatius probably would have been, because they would have been dormant, and Ignatius probably still have the hair
Yeah.
around him, I guess.
Ignatius has slowly been released over the course of this conversation.
Okay.
Wow.
How do you think the best course of getting ourselves out of here is?
How many of you can fly?
I
Well,
can.
Oh,
That's about the only one.
I can float vertically for about 10 minutes.
can't say I have those genetics. Sadly.
Well, I'm not going to carry you up if that's what you're wondering.
I'd offer, but I don't think I'd be capable of carrying
By chance,
anybody.
did I ever actually learn how to use teleportation circles from?
Not
I can't
completely.
remember. I mean, I could try and make an incomplete teleportation circle, but I mean, it is possible that one half of your body will end up in Sakura and the other half will end up in Myrtle.
I can do dimensional door, but I don't know if that's gonna get us out of here.
I mean,
I
you and
can make
could
one other person fly, most likely.
say, could Rex and I chain Dimension Door out of here?
I'm gonna say no, just because it was like a bit more of a windy drop, and dimension
We also
door
don't know
casting
where to
whilst
put it.
free falling is difficult. So
Hold
I mean,
on.
you
If
just want to
both,
open a space in the world, right?
Hold on.
Yeah, right.
Then
if
you-
Milo and Rex both have dimension door, they can
Correct.
take
Yeah.
one person with them. That's 4 people.
Well,
Correct.
it is like
How
a
many do we
couple-
have left?
I can
How
make
many-
2
Anemone can
people.
fly.
Anemone can fly, and I can make another person fly with
So that's
polymorph.
6. Who's left?
are
Milo's
we done
brother.
Z6 SS?
Milo's brother can get himself out.
I can get-
yeah,
I can prepare a teleportation circle.
Hooray.
oh.
Or that
Easy.
works. Could have spoke up sooner.
I wanted to
I
see
am
what
not-
you would all say.
I mean, I was wanting to train
Milo.
Dimension Door. Sorry, the teleportation is not my specialty. I've always been into the more elemental things. You know that.
Can we just get out of this smelly cave?
Don't call the cave smelly.
It's kind of
Not
smelly.
well-
There's
I wanna
dead
make a
bodies
note.
right next to us.
It's a graveyard.
I want to make a note of the tunnel that we went down that was mycelium.
Sure. You know
Do I?
which one it is?
And then my other question is, would Wick know about warlocks and patrons and packs?
Make a Arcana check, I suppose. Yeah, you would have heard of plenty of that before.
Zensu, do you think that maybe Sequoia is your patron?
Kind of feels like that at this point.
No, I mean that seems quite likely.
What does that mean?
Well, I'd be what you guys probably call a warlock before all this happened. So, yeah, point for you.
Let's go!
I mean, I assume so, considering the sword was bound to your soul. You are one of those.
Oh. Okay, Milo, we get it. You're smart. But I
No,
was
I'm just very well
working
versed
through
in
it.
magic, and this man is like a bounty for living magic. And let me tell you what, you intrigue me.
I'm an intriguing fellow.
Yes, you are.
All right, I'm gonna fly out of here. You all have a good time saving the entire life of the continent and my family. Good luck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll do our
Thank you.
best.
I gotta go beat up a man in a buffalo costume.
Oh, tournament, right. Sorry.
And the guards, and the guards, and the guards.
He's already flying up out of the room.
I was like, what?
And the guards!
Wait, buffalo costume.
He was oddly friendly.
I mean, we didn't do anything to him. I think if we had touched the coffin, we'd probably be in real bad trouble.
Yeah.
Probably
But
would
we're
have got to
just
see Great Sword through my
curious.
mouth round 2.
I mean, I think this is. He is an intriguing fellow.
A very strong, threatening, intriguing fellow.
Yeah, yeah.
Intriguing, because he's a tree.
He is
I'm not
twin-
marking
When
that
you
one.
guys
Get outta-
do
can we
it,
get out- can we
it's
get outta here?
funny,
Can
but
we
when
leave?
I do it, it's whatever. I'm just gonna get into the
Can we leave?
teleportation circle.
Very well. And he reaches his hands towards the ground. You can see a circle begin to develop. Let's
As you
play
start
the
to do that,
fun game.
Ignatius is going to
Great.
walk out of the circle and go toward the tombstones, by the way.
Okay.
What?
What are
Oh.
you doing?
Ignatius,
No!
you guys go. We'll catch up.
No,
I'm not gonna grave rob.
I think
Don't,
he is.
we
the
just
first
made
one.
a deal with him. Don't touch it.
I know. I think he's trying to say goodbye to his rock friends.
Anemone walks up to where Iggy is.
Ignatius, in a kind of concerted brain moment, he's going to ask the statues first of all. He's like, "Are you listening? Can I ask you a question?"
The head turns towards you.
Slate, would I be able to briefly give a blessing upon these tombs before we go?
No. No.
Even though I just talked with your master.
You should have asked him.
Rip.
Okay.
No.
And he turns around, a bit sullen, and walks back to the circle.
Is that everyone? Careful not
Yeah.
to slip. It has become an ice circle today. And
We all bust our ass.
Whoa!
Well, I am sorry. Jesus. You're going to keep bringing this up, aren't you?
with the blink of an eye, you guys are thrust into what appears to be a zooming vortex. A windstorm
Whoa, whoa,
erupts
whoa.
around you.
Ooh.
A blizzard, freezing temperatures, hail batting against your armor. But after a brief moment, you emerge in what seems to be a round room with a similar looking circle in the middle of it.
Not on my dogs. Put them away.
And here we are.
Thanks for the ride.
Of course, of course.
Where is where are we actually? That'd be great to know.
Are we back at the accommodations we need to be at?
What do you mean?
Well, because we asked Sensu if he was gonna get us a better place to stay than the Sentinel. So are we like somewhere we can walk there?
I imagine the issue before we were dealing with still is, you know, as far as
On the
Milo
table.
and his brother leaving.
It would be a pretty long walk.
Hmm.
We have gone to where I have my own circle.
We're in Sakura,
Yeah.
aren't we?
Welcome to Sakura.
Yeah. that's my
Yeah, I had. a feeling.
Yeah.
I might not be very bright, but I
Mhm.
thought of that one.
I think this is perfect, no?
I was hoping
Is it?
wasn't.
I mean, we just promised somebody that we were gonna help his whole tree issue, and now
we're not
we're
there.
hundreds of miles away, probably. So.
Oh, no. Getting back would be easy.
I could send the rest of you back very quickly.
I step off the circle.
But you will have to at least spend a day here.
There's only some things that you can do once per day.
Well,
Ooh.
you have any good food?
I guess the real question is...
Is this your place? I'm gonna snoop around.
A place of study. I would not snoop around.
Oh no, it's only gonna
Oh,
be
please tell
vegetarian.
me
Too
mother
late.
and father are not around. Mon père, mon mère. Oh, no.
Milo, it is probably time for you to see them.
Yeah, I suppose it is probably... How many decades has it been again? Oh, it's like 8? Man, that is crazy. I really wish I was back in Sequoia right now helping the very
There's
hot man.
been
with
too
this
many
very
and not
important
enough
task.
all at once. So,
You know, guys, I think I'm going to enter the tournament. I have a wish I would like to be made.
I don't think that we should have taken the circle. I think we should have taken our own way.
Well,
It was
it's
a
a
little
little
bit-
too late
we
for
kind of
that.
fell for that little setup that was happening.
I promise you
honest-
all I can return you to Sequoia.
Well, we're here
After we
already,
are done
so might as well
Exactly.
get tuckered
I mean,
in.
that's-
Milo Into.
I mean, I'm going to just be doing some research. I have some ideas.
Very well.
I'm snooping.
As you begin to snoop, and the weight of his childhood begins to rest upon Milo's shoulders. I think that's where we're gonna end the session.
Sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fell
We
in a
spent
hole.
3 hours in a tree.
Yeah.
2 and a
Yeah,
half.
technically two.
We started at
2 and a half,
7.
roughly, a little bit before.
2 hours.
And some change.
Big hole.
Yeah.
Yep.
Although
Correct.
fighting would have been fun, I think talking was smarter in my opinion.
Yeah, I knew both options were possible with obviously Iggy being here, so
True.
Yeah, but really, those things were ready to fight you so quickly. It just,
I was ready too.
Iggy did a good job.
yeah, he did great.
Next
He was
week
wor-
we're gonna burn down.
He's working off his instincts. He's like, we just got done with this fighting thing. There's these rock things that I can hear and understand, and they aren't being mean.
They're
Don't
being a
think we
little
should
mean,
fight them.
but
Not really. They're just doing what they need to do. They're doing their job.
No,
I
they
was
weren't
being
doing it.
violated. Screw you.
yeah.
No.
The idea behind them is they were just, doing a favor, guarding the place.
Exactly.
They're patient.
Or sort of be like, I'm violated. And Iggy's like, come on, really? Dude, that's not violating. I've seen worse.
It's on my abdomen.
It touched me. No one else can touch me. The only one who can touch me is my
It's
mother
gross.
and my girlfriend.
But yes, big stuff with all kinds of different characters. Chorik's still in Sequoia.
I know,
Yeah, I was
he's
gonna
over
say,
there
he's
all
by
on his
himself
own.
still.
Oh,
We left him.
poor baby.
I like to
Because
think he
Milo's
actually
brother
did.
tricked us.
I mean, we kind of fell for it.
We all stepped into what he was
kind of
supposed to
coming.
do.
He definitely.
He, already,
fell
he
for
even
it.
told us, he's like, well, this circle, it is what it is. And it's like, okay.
Wee.
Yeah, I don't even know if he was 100% sure. He was just like, well, I can just take him back here. Great. That solves that whole issue.
Well, Milo can tell Giovanni, which Giovanni can tell Troy.
Yeah.
Hey, we got kidnapped.
We're effed.
Yep.
Good thing Chorik's got a side job. Otherwise, I'm sure he'd be really bored over there.
Yeah.
Oh man, the kids parties, man.
Kids parties.
We're gonna come back, and everyone in Sequoia is gonna be loving Chorik. Be like, "You're friends with Chorik? He's my kid's
We're gonna come
favorite
back,
circus clown."
and Chorik is gonna be in a full Elsa cosplay and just.
He's like one of the princesses for hire, who just goes
Yeah.
around and just like
He's got
There's a
the
fan art
long white
opportunity
hair.
for
full drag Chorik. I'm
Yeah.
done.
Oh my god.
Well, I suppose that's that.
Jeez, indeed.
Yeah.
We can all go to bed, have dinner, spend the rest of our day, spend the rest of our week waiting for the next session of
I
D&D.
know. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Is just I sit in my room in the dark and I wait until the next week of D&D.
Yeah.
Yes.
Silent.
Just don't exist anymore until
Feels like
next
that
Friday.
sometimes.
Yes.
But yeah, good stuff, everybody. We will be returning on our regular time, Friday at 6:30 p.m. EST, and wherever that may be for you in your own time zone. Should be pretty regular for the foreseeable future, so expect to see more of it then. Video will be up on the YouTube channel. Drop your fan art in the Discord so we can look at it next stream. And I suppose that's everything I have to say. Anything else from any of y'all?
I'm ready for Chipotle.
Chipotle. Right, you all have an excellent night.
I want to kiss the hot butterfly man.
I also want to kiss the hot butterfly man.
Excuse me.
That was
Well.
Kayla. That was not Anemone.
I know it was.
Oh yeah, mine was Milo. Mine
It's
was
okay.
Milo.
You can go next to your other room and go kiss the hot butterfly man if you want.
I sure
I'm the
can.
hot butterfly man.
Just ask Alexander to do that voice for the rest of the night.
Shit, it wouldn't be the first time she's asked me to use that voice for a long time.
Ooh.
I like when he does voices. I also like to ask him to curse because he doesn't do it often.
No.
Yep.